But I get to say we just see Mason, real genuine dude. I salute you. I salute you. Like, just your humble and stuff. I appreciate that. We need artists like you. That's it. At the bar.
Yeah, at the bar radio.
Yeah.
You already know this the king of Philly, man. At the bar radio, man. You already right.
Where to get lit at? You on your own. Just no white with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. It's a different day, no, it's same story, nigga. I've been winning, retire like I'm Robert Horry, nigga. They just thought they knew me, but I'm here to make my story bigger. Keep that Laker 40 with me, always know I had that clipper. She act Gilligan on my boat, bet I'm gon' skip her. If they start getting out of line, I bet I'm gon' get them. Pack a bag and book a flight, so they know I'm always trippin'. I've been Scotty with the right, so they always know I'm pimpin'. Well, I always say I got haters, cause they just know I'm living. Word to my brody came on, they just know I got a vision. The stove gotta stay on some no product missing. Government want us to stay home, go broke for politicians. Had to carry that weight, never dealt with the opposition. My homie tryna beat the case when he had no pot to piss. I'm tryna cop a bird, but he caught up with all them pigeons. And I can never chase when ain't no love when you got them riches. I'm all alone, I been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, tryna figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just no white with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. I'm all alone, I been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, tryna figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just no white with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. Yeah. Alright.
Hey, Tuna, you made this?
I'm all alone, I been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, tryna figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just no white with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. I'm all alone, I been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, tryna figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just no white with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. It's a different day, no, it's same story, nigga. I've been winning, retire like I'm Robert Horry, nigga. They just thought they knew me, but I'm here to make my story bigger. Keep that Laker 40 with me, always know I had that clipper. She act Gilligan on my boat, bet I'm gon' skip her. If they start getting out of line, I bet I'm gon' get them. Pack a bag and book a flight, so they know I'm always trippin'. I've been Scotty with the right, so they always know I'm pimpin'. Well, I always say I got haters, cause they just know I'm living. Word to my brody came on, they just know I got a vision. The stove gotta stay on some no product missing. Government want us to stay home, go broke for politicians. Had to carry that weight, never dealt with the opposition. My homie tryna beat the case when he had no pot to piss. I'm tryna cop a bird, but he caught up with all them pigeons. And I can never chase when ain't no love when you got them riches. I'm all alone, I been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, tryna figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just no white with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back. I'm all alone, I been asking where your bitch at. She on the phone, tryna figure out where to get lit at. You on your own, just no white with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause this that planning, this that get back.
It's that get back. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's at the bar. We are back. We didn't have a show last week. I was on vacation. I went to this place called Nowhere. It was cheap. I could afford it.
Been there many times myself, my friend.
Yeah, I couldn't. We weren't able to get the. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to Texas to South by Southwest weekend. We both had unexpected bills that had to be paid, and so it is what it is. I did have a fun weekend. You know, I actually went to Swingers. That's not the really that.
Why he talking like that?
Swingers miniature golf. It's a miniature golf joint.
Yeah.
Conversation we had this past weekend.
Out DuPont Circle.
Right. We went to the miniature golf place. It's actually
pretty fun.
a lot of people
Go there.
are migrating there and
Yeah,
enjoying it.
it's actually
We're
where
not talking about
a swingers club.
yeah. When I talk about taboo,
Yeah.
because I'm sure you
So,
been there.
but yeah, we went there. I had fun. It was a joint at it's where the old front page used to be, CP3.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's when the old front page used to be, and like it was fun. We had fun. So shout out to them, and then I went to go see the Batman movie.
What'd you think?
It's about 30 minutes too fucking long. I thought it was good. So let me say that. Let me say
Was
that
it
first.
good or excellent?
It was good. Excellent's not the word. I would not.
How do you think Zoe did?
I think she did good. It's more of a drama than an action comic book movie, and it does focus, which I do like, but it does focus on Batman actually being a detective, which he is. He's the world's greatest detective. So you actually get to see him do detective stuff and pointing out obvious shit to the police, and they look like idiots.
Yeah. But I felt like when they made their selection of Batman, I feel like that I knew then that they were going towards the drama more than action.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Twilight, so anytime vampires turn to shine bright like a diamond, like a Rihanna song.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when I saw that, I was like, "Ooh, this is not gonna be like real action."
Yeah, I'm not even a big Batman fan. I feel like, I can't.
You can't watch him be
I
Batman.
couldn't. Yeah, it just didn't make sense.
He did good. He did good. I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna hate on it this time.
Look at his face. He's
But
like,
but it was okay.
But you didn't think it was garbage.
No. It was how this is what GOP would say. It was good for a DC movie.
Pretty much. That's what
And that's the factor right there. Was it as good as like maybe Justice League or Wonder Woman? The first one.
The first Justice League was hot garbage. Was hot garbage again. The first Wonder Woman was good. It was probably equally. I think maybe the first one may have been a little bit better.
Okay.
The
second Wonder Woman, I don't know.
Second Wonder Woman. The only good thing about the second Wonder Woman, you still got to see Linda Carter at the end, and she's still sexy as a motherfucker. That's about it. You ain't missing nothing.
It's really.
It's really terrible.
It's just a.
It's really terrible, and
it's pretty scenery.
And
that's really what I can say. Like, oh, that's pretty. I would like to vacation there, but that's about it.
It was shot in Landmark Mall.
That was the one in Landmark.
Yeah, it was shot in Landmark Mall. Yeah. So that just shows you right there. It was a dead mall, so you were dead inside watching it. But it was terrible. But other than that, I mean, I went to Mike's American Grill. That was my first time going there. The food was actually really, really good.
Okay.
And then before I went back to work, I went to Don Tacos on King Street.
Yes, my favorite.
And yeah, we all got to go there.
Yes, I've been saying that. You don't remember?
Hey, CP3, guess what Don Tacos is? What that is? Now that you overcome your fear, it's a tequila bar.
Yes. When I tell you, that is my favorite place to be. I love.
They got this joint called you get the little tequila flight, so it'll be like 3 different types of tequilas.
Yep.
I learned something
new. That's
new.
gonna be before we do a show.
We might not do a show that day.
First of all, let me tell you something.
That
First of all, let's be real. Don Taco, their tacos are amazing. Like they're little, but they fill you up, and they're so flavorful. They're so good. It's so weird. Am I right though?
I didn't have the tacos. I had the quesadillas.
Oh, okay.
But the quesadillas was really good though.
Yeah. I've never heard a woman say that before.
Okay, we're talking about a taco. Okay.
Okay. I'm already throwing
Okay, before the show started, your mind was in the gutter. After the show started, your mind's still in the gutter. And now it's just not coming out. It's not coming out.
Yeah, I know what happened when I take a week off from the
Yes, you're
And then I
ratchet.
haven't had a week on my show either, and I still got another week to go before I go back on my show. So yeah, it is what it is. Take it or leave it. You know
So,
what's gonna happen.
so it's our fault that you had that.
Right, it's our fault
Y'all
that.
wanted to take off.
Let me tell you something. You need to get it together, okay? We are talking about tacos and tequila, which is an amazing combination, by the way. But the tacos are just, yeah.
But I did learn like I didn't know about the tequila flight thing you take and it'll break down the like from the uh, the okay to the medium to the best.
Yeah, yeah.
Really good, really good, really good. Had a lot of fun there.
All different types.
The funny thing is though, I really feel bad because I've walked past Don Tacos like 800 times.
But you don't remember me always praising Don Taco and like trying to get us to go there?
I mean, we drink a lot on this show, so you know it's things happen.
And when I tell y'all that,
and do remember when we first started the show, one of us out of the three,
didn't want tequila.
Yeah, so that probably stopped us from going.
I drink some beer. They serve beer, right?
But we were going to a tequila bar.
Yeah, you have to have tequila.
Like what? Why would we?
When I tell you Don Taco is amazing. I used to work in Old Town, and me and my coworkers would go there. No. After we would go to Mason Social on lunch break, but after work we would go to Don Taco, and that was
So
I had many a days there.
So it was I had fun. So I didn't get to go to Texas, but I still had fun and stuff.
Right.
So
And
it
you still
was a
got
bit.
some good. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I've never had their quesadilla. I mean, I've been with people who had their quesadilla and said it was okay. But Texas has good Mexican food.
Oh yeah, Texas has amazing Mexican food.
Texas has like a chain of this like taco places, not Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
If you live in Texas, and you go into Taco Bell, you might get shot.
I'm gonna tell you, it's called Taco Cabana, I think, and they have the freshest, best tacos, and it's a drive-through. It's a fast food restaurant, and it's like comparing McDonald's to Ruth Chris. Like it's it's terrible how they're killing Taco Bell. I need one of those here.
Yeah.
So if the Taco Cabana people will ever come across this video, I need you guys to bring the Taco Cabana to the DC area.
I never thought of that when I was in Texas. The taco, I was always a steak person.
Yeah, but you gotta. I mean, they got steak tacos, so.
I went to an actual steak house.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but we had.
But you gotta do that too.
Yeah,
You gotta do that too. You gotta get some Mexican.
That was a $300 bill for 2 people.
Mm.
That shit was crazy.
Some of the steakhouses here will hit you over the head like that.
But it was like I said, it was interesting. That we definitely got to hit it. Oh yeah, and there's plenty of brunch spots on King Street too.
Yep.
That we probably need to hit.
Ain't no problem. Go ahead, speak on it.
We need to hit.
As long as it's not near an Invicta store, we'll probably be alright.
Yeah, King. But here's the thing. King Street's not really that far from Pentagon City.
I mean, but it's not right across the street though.
Yeah, that
I think that's what got us.
Yeah.
Oh, let's walk over here.
Yeah, that was a very expensive trip, and somebody sent us. So now I want a watch box now. I have a watch box. I have a watch box, but now I need this big yellow Invicta watch box, and then it had to be on sale. So it used to be like $129. Then it went down to $99. Now it's like $50 or $60, and like I'm like.
But it holds 8 watches. That's a really good deal, guys.
I know. So that means I need to buy some more watches to fill it up.
I just hit my number, so.
Yeah, see.
But I mean, you have a few watches, so you can go ahead and get that.
I need some new ones.
See, because I got 2.
I haven't worn a rose gold one for it because I ain't had nowhere to wear it to. But I wore the other one, So I mean, it might be time to, to jump out there with, fresh one.
Not fresh.
Might got a cool.
Somebody had to get a gold one. I ain't gonna lie though, cause that gold one Renegade had was nice.
Mm-hmm.
You got that? It's actually in the video. Get up. Um.
Well, yeah, this, yeah.
So that was my actually jumped the gun. CP3. I'm sorry. Let's talk about sports. What you got for us, sir?
Oh, we got a lot going on in the sports world. We're actually taking a second week off. We'll be starting next week on Sports OTHP Season 7. Got the Capitals, just had a 2-1 week. They're pretty much locked in the 8th spot in the Eastern Conference going to the playoffs. There's like 6 weeks left in the season before playoffs start. They can probably move up to the top wild card spot. Right now, they're looking at where they are, looking to play the Panthers, which is a very good team. I would rather they have Carolina because they've already beat them at home in the season series. But we're going to see how it falls out. OB is now the third all-time leading scorer in NHL history. He has been on a 3-game goal streak. He has now 772. He's what is it? 28 behind Gordie Howe now for number 2, and 118 behind Wayne Gretzky for the all-time lead, which he should be breaking in probably 2 seasons. Nick Backstrom celebrated his 1,000th game and 1,000th point in the league. He's the all-time caps assist leader with 740 now. They had a game last night where they were celebrating his accomplishments, and they handed out souvenir apples, which is a nickname for assist in hockey. And he scored last night, and they proceeded to throw all the apples on the ice, which is kind of like what happens when you score a hat trick. But it was his night. He got awarded, and he got the score, and it was the game-leading goal at that point. So,
did you see the ceremony?
No, I didn't get a chance to see the pregame ceremony, but I did watch the game.
Yo, let me give a quick shout out to Jay Jims. Shout out to Jay. She tunes in, always supports us. Great fast Anisha. She has her little thing on IG. I hate to say little thing because I don't want to dismiss it like that, but she has a thing on IG where she does her closet and she sells things out of her closet. She's a thrifter and she finds like great deals and stuff like that. Back to CP3.
But you don't know the show still of the ceremony?
Nah, I didn't know. Check it out.
Ovechkin almost cracked his face open.
What?
He almost fell. That was like big news. I feel like he stole the show a little bit because so many people were talking about that and not the actual ceremony.
Well, that's typical of pretty much Nick Backstrom's career because he's an underrated player in the league.
He is.
And that's all some of the commentators were saying with him, making this milestone. He's only like I said, the all-time leading assist player for the Capitals in the franchise history. He's been there the whole time with Obi. They played together, 1,000 games, which only happened, I believe they said 6 other times in NHL history. That a tandem played together with the same team for that long.
Right.
And, he's always in so-called Obi shadow, but he's a great player, plays 200 feet hockey, defensive side, great passer, and he can shoot and score just like we saw last night. So,
right.
Yeah, we're looking hopefully for a long run in the playoffs. They made a couple of moves at the trade deadline, bringing back Mojo, Johansson, and I forgot the other guy. He's still injured, so I haven't even got his name yet. So, but he probably won't even make the playoff lineup. They traded Daniel Sprong, was part of the Johansson deal. He actually scored his second goal with them last night, I believe, when I was watching NHL Network. We also have football coming up. We got free agency has already started. Stay tuned this week. Got to coordinate with Dugenais for our Commanders free agency pre-draft special. Draft to be at the end of April. And Dugenais covers the north-south game down there in the SEC country. So we always break down the free agent moves that we've made and the possible draft picks. Just a quick rundown of some of the Commanders signings and re-signings. We all know about Carson Wentz getting traded from the Colts. F.A. Obata, defensive end, just signed. He's Carolina. Everybody hates when they get somebody from Carolina. But he was in, I believe, Denver before. After he left Carolina, they re-signed J.D. McClissick after reports of him going to Buffalo. He decided to come back and sign. That should say something that he would go leave, potentially go to a Super Bowl contender and decide to come back. to the franchise for all of you gloom and doom fans that I know, got something to say about that. Cornelius Lucas re-signed. He's a tackle. They signed Andrew Norwood, left guard. They re-signed Cam Sims, re-signed Bobby McCain. A couple of trades that happened around the NFL. Tyreek Hill traded to Miami, which was a shock to everybody for 5 draft picks. Deshaun Watson traded to Cleveland after his massage scandal, alleged scandal. He said, she said, rub here, tug that, I don't know. But he was traded to Cleveland.
Sounds like something you would do.
Right.
Hey, man.
Massage scandal.
I'm just saying, I don't force somebody to do nothing. I just need a 40 on the counter and it's your choice.
The 40? But you get mad. You get mad when I bring the 40 to you, but you keep talking about 40.
I'm not talking about a 40 to drink.
A $40?
Yeah.
I think that's where it started in my opinion. It's the same level of ratchet.
Started from the bottom now. Just saying.
You're terrible. Terrible human being.
Matt Ryan was traded to the Colts. Matt Ioannidis, ex-Washington Commander, signed with Carolina, which is funny. Devontae Adams was traded to the Raiders after Aaron Rodgers signed that dumb contract.
I hope somebody breaks Aaron Rodgers' legs this year.
My God.
I ain't gonna wish that on him, but
I am.
It's enough joy to see him fail in the playoffs every year. So I get that.
I really like him. I just don't feel like he was worth all that money.
Too much money.
Yeah.
I'm hating. I'm telling y'all straight, I'm hating. Too much money.
Yeah, it was too much money.
Too much money.
Tyrod Taylor signed with the Giants, which is cool. He's coming back to the East Coast. That's a Virginia Beach product.
Except my Giants suck.
He might help.
Yeah, if he can stay here. That's the thing with him. Whenever he gets a chance, he always gets hurt. Him and Teddy Bridgewater. Whenever they get a shot to be the star, he reminds me of Jason Campbell.
That's that Virginia Beach water. Maybe it didn't toughen his bones.
No, Jason Campbell. Remember with him here? He had it every time he had a chance to be the starter. He had a dislocated kneecap. I was like, really, nigga?
Yeah, how do you get that?
How do you... You don't even run. How do you dislocate your knee?
But they thought he was going to, though. Real talk, they thought Jason Campbell was going to.
He had the tools. But
he had an arm.
Yeah, he had a bad. He just hit the wrong time with the wrong coach. They didn't know how to develop it properly and put him out there with a bad offensive line. So I mean, him getting hurt, it wasn't his fault.
Dislocated kneecap.
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't his fault.
I heard that before. That had to hurt. That sounded like that.
It looked. They showed it.
It
I remember. Yeah, that's why I don't like it.
Did they play Stanky Leg when he was?
You know what? No, that was RG3.
No.
They did that for him.
I'm just. These are the questions I gotta ask.
You was trying to be petty. That's not.
Somebody gotta be petty on the show.
CP3 is going to handle that for us.
Not in sports.
No, not in sports, but you will get petty. Well, no, wait. Let's back up. Yes, you will.
In some instances. Depending on who it is. Right?
Next thing you know, you gonna be cooking fries at McDonald's.
No, that's not my fault. That's
not your fault.
That's the aspiration of life. I didn't want to get to be the fry guy.
Somebody gotta be petty on this.
But excuse me, a round of the sports talk.
Somebody.
He could get the flies out.
How do you say some of this stuff with a straight face?
Right.
Baseball season is right around the corner. Opening day is the 7th of April. The Nats will be facing the Mets, who I truly hate now because they have Mad Max. And I'm still.
So is the baseball season going to be shortened because of the strike?
I meant to read the whole. I think they said it was going to be shortened because it's not going to be the whole. They originally said they wanted to do the whole 162, but with being how long the lockout took, they're probably going to shorten the season. And they had a couple of rule changes in the new CBA they signed, which was led to the lockout. One of the rules that I hate that they implemented is the universal DH. And I've been on record on my show of speaking on my opinion of the DH. And now I have to give the unadulterated version.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
The reason why you have 2 leagues is to have a difference in the league. The thing I love about the NL is, yes, the pitchers have to hit. That throws a whole nother intangible into the game with double switching and substituting players and looking at the rotation and see who's coming up next on the other team and what pitches do you have. It throws a whole nother strategy into the game.
Right.
So to me, it's cheapening the strategy and the true joy of the game. But it is allowing more older players to have a job. So I get it because now they can just be a designated hitter, don't have to worry about playing in the field. So I get it, but it's still some bullshit. I'm just saying, it's still some bullshit. Like the rule with the extra innings where you don't have the man on second base when extra innings start, that's a good change.
Okay.
But the universal DH, man, y'all fucked that up. And then to take out all shifting, period, that makes no sense. Some players you have to shift for, but they're pull hitters. They're gap hitters. You want to try that line, with all the analytics that's involved in baseball now, that shit works. So there should be a limit on how many shifts you can do, I say, but not take it out of the game totally. That's supposed to start next year. Hopefully they do something to change that, but it is what it is. But yeah, tune in Sports on the Hill podcast on April 4th, next Monday night around 9 o'clock. For season 7 premiere, we'll be talking Capitals, almost opening for the baseball season, and the Wizards who are, the Wizards.
Yeah.
And
Let's stay hot.
I'm not even gonna bring the show down.
We're not going to. Let's just say let's stay hot. We're gonna
And
keep it moving.
whatever other sports we got going on at that time.
Cool. Yo, just to let everybody know, we have the things up, but we're live on IG, Twitter, Twitch, not just on Facebook, and we're also live on YouTube. And if things keep going, one of these sites is going to be eliminated.
Oh boy, you ain't never lied. I'm about to start a fucking Twitch channel. Shit.
We actually talking about it. We're live on. We're also live on Spinwax Radio. But I'm actually thinking about maybe pulling us from Facebook and being more on Twitch.
Well, yeah, because if you want to put it on your Facebook, you can always use the YouTube.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I feel like Facebook is.
It's a lot. It's a. Well, I mean, I'll say it because I don't care. I mean, they didn't suppress it anyway. They started suppressing our views, and we were getting like a good amount of views, and now we're doing the same tactics that we were doing before, posting groups of I'm not even getting half of that,
Right.
and it's crazy because I know we have a base and people watch the show and stuff like that, but people don't even know when the show is alerted to it at times.
They took off their alerts, and they will do that. Facebook will take off your alerts. And they give you alerts from random people you ain't asked for.
So, like, I've had so many people like, I don't even know your show. Do your show still come on? And it's like, these are people who've been long time people of the show. So.
I was getting almost 3,000 views a week on my show. I'm barely getting 400.
So.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, if we move, then yeah, I'm definitely.
So, I mean, we made this experiment for a while to go live on Twitch, to see what's going on with that.
Robbie got one.
I don't know if you need to be on anything else because you out of control.
Nah, I be chilling, man.
No
more.
No more.
Yeah, no more. I'm clean. They just be profiling me.
Mr. David Lee, you can add me if you're interested in cartoon pics, logo designs, mixtape covers. This is a radio show, bro. No. Get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit.
He advertising.
Dude,
Advertise. Like, you haven't liked or shared the show or anything, but yet you want to advertise it. Now, the guy will hit you with is a brick. Lady Antoinette, what's going on with you?
You want to just say that, act like you ain't say it. Okay.
I told you I was petty.
Oh, man. What you say?
These fuckboys, that should be killing me. They do that on my YouTube channel and shit. I be having to leak them damn comments off there. Like, yeah, try to get me to click a link.
Well, I'm making some moves, and I'll let you know what it said Friday. I will be at FedEx Field for a lovely little meeting.
So you'll be at a stadium.
Yes, a stadium.
A stadium.
At
But
FedEx
not
Field.
the
Not
stadium.
the stadium.
Yeah. So I was trying to share with CP3 that I was going to be at the stadium, and he thought that I meant the strip club stadium.
You gotta clarify, man.
The stadium, like what?
That's what I'm saying. That's what it's called, the stadium.
No. First of all,
I'm just saying. I don't discriminate about anybody can go. Nothing wrong with going to the strip club.
But first of all, it's not a strip
It's a
club.
strip club.
No, it's
If
a
they
strip
serve
club.
food, it's a strip club.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a strip club doesn't serve food. A script with the
Strip club.
with the K.
Yeah.
Is it the K?
Strip club. Might be a Q in
Oh, so what?
there. Might be a Q in there somewhere too.
Funny. But
Mhm.
last week was my niece's birthday, and we went to this place called Zava Zone in Rockville. It's like a like an obstacle course, trampoline park, all that. Just going in there immediately makes you tired because you see like kids running around, jumping and flipping on the trampoline. Then there's an obstacle course above everyone's head, and you have to be like, connected, like almost like a bungee cord or something.
This is like a lot of work.
So motherfuckers just walk from the sky
They can't fall because they're hooked in, but it looks kind of dangerous, But the kids have fun.
and shit. You got a bar?
No, they should though. They do have like a parents area where they have like couches and stuff, but they probably need a bar there to relax some parents.
Too much like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, because Chuck E. Cheese serves alcohol
Serve wine.
and beer.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember what? You was with somebody?
No, my
Oh,
sister
okay.
used to have the parties there sometimes.
And you
yeah,
would get a beer?
No, I would get a beer, but I wouldn't get, trash. And it was one time there, somebody
Somebody
was
was
done. And I was like, how do you get done at a kid's
So-
I mean,
So-
I
so-
understand the concept.
When I worked at Largo, worked at Sports Authority on the Boulevard.
Mm.
Let me name you the top 3 most ratchet places on the Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, the Magic Johnson Theater.
I never went in there.
I've never-
You might have got shot.
I never went in there for a movie.
You might have got shot. I went in there once and I was like, twice. I was like, yo, this is the last time. You ever seen the stereotypical movie of black people in the movie theater and they talk louder than the movie and all that? Yeah, that's when you go to the Magic Johnson
Well,
Theater.
so to my knowledge, all the Magic Johnson theaters that were across the country were like that.
Yeah. Number 2, Golden Corral.
I mean, yeah.
Golden Corral has an armed security guard with a gun and they're a buffet.
That's how the Fridays in Waldorf is.
Yeah, but they're a buffet. There was people that was trying to put whole chickens in their pocketbooks.
Right, but no, I feel like I felt like one of the Golden Corrals, it was like a fight. It was a brawl.
It was probably on the Boulevard.
I saw the video.
It's probably on the Boulevard.
No, it wasn't. It was wrong color. Wrong color.
Yeah, after you finish your countdown, I got something that happened to me. Yeah.
So, and the third most ratcheted place was Chuck E. Cheese. We had a security guard, and there's nothing like your security guard saying, "I'll be right back. I have to break up a fight at Chuck E. Cheese."
Mm-hmm.
And this happened.
Numerous times.
Yes, it was a regular. Oh, code Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, code Ratatouille. Go.
I mean, but at the end of the day, you have to think about it. First of all, some people let their bad little kids roam free and wow in the Chuck E. Cheese. And what do most parents fight each other over? Their kids.
Tokens and beer.
And their kids. But when you factor in
Tokens and beer.
the beer, and then not just tokens, the tickets too. They gonna fight over them tickets. Because them little kids will walk up and start snatching tickets as you win your stuff.
Oh, you seen it happen, huh?
I saw it happen at Waldorf, so you know.
The little kid ever try to snatch your
They
shit?
was no, they didn't touch mine. I remember having to check a child one time in Chuck E. Cheese because I saw them taking people's stuff, and I said, "Don't you dare touch them tickets." And they looked at me like, "Oh, okay," because the tone that I had and the way I looked at that child, like they knew, like, oh, she probably.
You checked the child in Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes,
That's
you
gangster.
have to though.
That's
real talk.
gangster.
You have to check these kids in Chuck E. Cheese, especially if you got a real little kid. Then the older kids will knock your kid over and keep it moving.
Oh, damn.
They terrible. Chuck E. Cheese, I hate it. And real talk, when I heard that they serve beer and wine, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's stressful. I'm surprised they don't give you edibles. I'm just saying.
That's
like,
a lot. That's a lot.
I mean, it wasn't legal at the time. Like, I was frequenting there. But I'm talking about marijuana. It wasn't legal at that time. So, but now that it is, like in Colorado, they better be serving them at Chuck E. Cheese. But to the parents only. To the parents only.
I mean, I met some kids out.
Tell me why I had a ghetto moment this past week.
Oh.
You know, I go get my crab legs sometime from Safeway, right?
First of all,
What?
that's the ghetto meal right there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I had a true ghetto moment.
Ghetto crab
With my
legs.
ghetto crab legs.
And from the Safeway.
So yeah, so I go like now I went like a couple of weeks ago. Everything was cool. So I go in there last week. You know, funds a little tight, so I get 2 pounds of this, 2 pounds of that.
Mm-hmm.
So the dude asked me, okay, you go ahead and go pay for them now. You want to pay for them later? Like, you never asked me that before. Like now I pay for them when they done. I'm gonna go do some other shopping. Go do some shopping.
Maybe he was trying to see if you had EBT.
No, but then it comes back. You can pay with it for EBT for
No. Now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I've heard people say that, and I questioned.
Yeah, you can't.
And it was because of the EBT
Yeah.
card. So maybe he was just pre.
Yeah.
You know.
So I was like, okay, maybe things change. Like now I pay for it when I go with that. So then,
Like, what you talking about, bro?
so I'm back there waiting 10 minutes. So I see him putting my sticker on. So I go grab my crab legs. Then I see this person coming from the front. And they're like, oh, nah, dog. She has to take them up front for you so you can pay for them. I'm like, niggas snatching and grabbing crab legs. Like, yeah. So now, if you don't pay for them before they done, they got to call somebody from the front to escort you to the front with your crab legs. I'm like, y'all making me feel like a criminal.
Which Safeway was
Clinton.
Damn.
I felt like a criminal. I'm like, you escorted me to the front with my crab legs. Like, I was about to steal these.
Nah, just think of you was VIP. You was wow.
I said, damn, niggas snatching and grabbing crab legs.
That's wild.
Oh, I thought maybe because he was assuming, like, hey, he might be paying with EBT.
I did know.
You wild boy.
But
You wild boy. CP3, you wild.
That shit was wild, bro. I felt violated. I feel like a thief. Like I gotta get escorted to the register, and they went to a special register too.
It's the crab leg register. He didn't want to pay for him beforehand, so he want to make sure he got the money. That's probably what it was.
I felt like that would be.
I mean, you do look like a thug, though.
But no, real talk. If you think about it, if you getting the crab leg steam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you get them steamed and you go to the register and then you don't have the money. They probably have a whole bunch of.
Well, that's when I see the ones that they put back in the freezer case that they rewrap. I guess the other niggas is breaking them.
That's what I'm saying.
But I've been seeing, they have it having PG in the parking lot when I was riding.
Damn.
Yeah, because man,
no, PG's always in that shopping center, but at the Safeway?
Yeah, I'm supposed to go outside the Safeway. I used to work in that shopping center too, and it started with the Walmart.
Yeah, and Lowe's. They would have it in the back of Lowe's.
Yeah, that Walmart is like no other Walmart in the world.
Yes, it's awful.
Man, it's like a club.
But like then it kind of went over to the Lowe's.
Yeah,
too.
Lowe's. Oh my God, working at Lowe's, the paint department, fellas, if you, paint department at Lowe's.
Wait, what? I go to the paint department all the time. What is the problem?
Because it's the single women that don't have men that be redoing their houses and shit, and they need niggas to paint shit sometimes. The paint department be popping like a club.
Let me find out.
And
now I don't want to go to the paint department.
The flooring department and the blind department.
Yeah. So at 7:00, what up, Cruel Intentions? Jamel had gave us many topics to talk about today. He posted some stuff. Mm-hmm. So at 7:00, we're gonna talk about some stuff. But
get to the video break so I can.
I'm about to do the video break. But Jamel did say Stadium has the best wings.
Oh my God. I've never had wings at stadium, so I wouldn't know. What do you
We said, well, no. She said,
I'm
no,
sure
I'm
you
sorry.
know.
I've never been to the stadium. I'm not paying
Oh.
$40 to get there.
Okay.
I refuse to pay. I don't like playing 20. Shit. I don't
So he did say, no. He said, I'm sorry. He said strip clubs have the best.
Oh, they
was the best
I
place to
agree.
get
I agree
wings.
with that.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I read it wrong.
They have some bomb-ass wings.
Whoever you are, Ema, I don't even know. I'm not gonna butcher this name. You said check my request, sir, please. I got 5,000 friends. If you're not about liking, sharing, and this show, don't fucking request me for something stupid because I don't care about your product. I don't care about your logos and all that other dumb stuff. I can sneeze on it.
Simple. You don't have to be a friend. Just follow me.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Button. So you can spam all you want because I'm gonna flick the spam on that song, bitch, and block you.
Yeah, I know. Because all I'm just gonna do is just insult you all day long.
I don't even do that. It's a waste of
Nah, I just like the insult. I'm petty.
Yeah, I did the other day too. I hadn't in a while, so I just felt natural.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you remember how it used to be, man.
So we got a new video. We're gonna start the video break now. We got a new video from Warfare J and his man Jug. This is a nice joint. Okay. And before I even start, shout out to my homegirl Dee Todd. She actually, you can find her on Facebook. Was it Red Loving Me Todd, I think. But she's the one that actually fixed my computer. She's actually builds computers. She can hook you up for your computer needs. Yeah, so salute to her. If you're not sure, contact me and I'll give you, her email and stuff like that. But here we go.
Yeah, I gave my heart, you lied. Supposed to be right here by my side. You convinced me with them lies. Told me how you was gon' ride. And you would never leave my side. But times got hard, then you ran away. Sad to say you left my heart so traumatized. Like I just seen a homicide. But life goes on, had to move on for the better. Yeah, I know you hate to see me doing better. Had you jealous when you see me with my new bitch doing some new shit. Like, why you got me out here looking stupid and so foolish? I ain't got time for these games, no. And I ain't got time for the reminiscing, cause we didn't have the same intentions. Guess you ain't get it, too busy stuck in your feels. You ain't care about how I was feeling, fuck how you feeling. Bitch, you tripping, talking about how shit would be different between me and you. But ain't no difference, cause you never ever listened. Thought I cheated with them bitches, couldn't blame me for assuming. Supposed to be right here, supposed to be right here with me. Could be right here with me, supposed to be right here with me. Could be right here with me, supposed to be right here with me. Yeah, I gave my heart, you lied. Supposed to be right here by my side. You convinced me with them lies, telling me how you was gon' ride. And you would never leave my side. But times got hard, then you ran away. Sad to say you left my heart so traumatized. Like I just seen a homicide, but life goes on.
Had to move on, cause all I could feel was all this pain. All that shit you done to me, so I won't be the same. I caught you cheating, you begged and pleaded, didn't mean a thing. I took you back, you did it again, man, I should be ashamed. Feeling like my life sucks, I knew this was a dirty game. But can't complain, I had a hunch, I should've took the hint. Tired of your lies, enough of that, I had to up and split. I know you hate it when you see me with another bitch. We doing things that make you jealous, make you throw a fit. You in the past, I moved on, no need for me to reminisce. I got a new chick, yeah, she with me and she down to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, and you know it ain't no switching sides. This could be us, but this what happens when you telling lies.
Yeah, I gave my heart, you lied. Supposed to be right here by my side. You convinced me with them lies, telling me how you was gon' ride. And you would never leave my side, but times got hard, then you ran away. Sad to say you left my heart so traumatized, like I just seen a homicide, but life goes on.
Come on, man. I got family, I got kids, everything. Everything's upstairs in the closet, dog. Just take it.
Money. I love that money.
Lucas.
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. You don't really wanna play. Money, 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 money is what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money is what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one who always really talk about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money is what I'm talking about. Money, 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 money make you shut your mouth. Don't never ever talk about it if you never had the clout. You don't know what to say. Stay up out of my way. Cause money, 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 money make you shut your mouth. Keep playing with this Goonies, boy, I'm gonna have to make the call. Stay in bounds on your pivot, boy, if you gon' ball. Cause a lot of niggas be fake, and you really can't play. Cause we done got it out the mud, nigga, what you talking about? Screaming, oh my God, money got me pride. They living a lie, look into my eyes, they might seem surprised, this is homicide. We just multiply, we been on the rise. If we got some wings, fuck it, we gon' have to fly. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Day in my life, take me a different route. And use all my case, niggas on my face. You can get erased, what you talking about? Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one who always really talk about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money is what I'm talking about. You never crossing these borders. I'm whipping it up, Gordon Ramsay. I swear that I'm cooking these orders. You talk about me, you better just hope that you can just really afford it. I'm ballin', I'm ballin', I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm feeling like Robert Tahori. Nigga, I'm scoring. I count in the morning. They talk about me, then I gotta ignore it. My bitches be foreign, so independent, my money be corporate. These rappers is boring. You hate me and I'm always gonna adore it. I'm smoking that soaring. She always go ahead and let me explore it. I call her my Dora. You can go and talk about me, I ain't flawless. I go put my all in. If a nigga talk about me, then I'm gone in. You know that I'm gone in. Jumpin', take trips, Pompeii, all day, always keep 3 stacks like Andre. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, man. And you can never, ever, ever get rid of that. So watch what you say, and watch how you do. If you playing the game, then you play by the rules. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. And you don't really wanna play. You don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And now I wanna be the one who always really talk about it. And you don't really wanna play, you don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money is what I'm talking about.
Alright, so you know what? I'm gonna go get comfortable and I'm gonna tell you all about it, boo. Girl, it's so lit. Oh my god. Okay. I'll be back. Hey, girl. Yes, it's time to watch this video. You know that joint just dropped? Get that bag, ho. Hey. Ah, let's do this. Yes. Come on. That's so lit. Get that bag, bitch. I get the bag, ho. Get that bag, ho. I get that bag, ho. Yeah, it's Mona Lisa, yeah, I get that bag, ho. When I see them bitches, yeah, you know I drag on. Big cash on me, big racks on me. Get that bag, ho. I get that bag, ho. Yeah, it's Mona Lisa, yeah, I get that bag, ho. When I see them bitches, yeah, you know I drag on. Big cash on me, big racks on me. Rated X, fuck up a check. I am the best, fuck all the rest. Out the vest, but bitch, I'm blessed. My fucking nigga in the back of your legs. He said my pussy the best. He let me run up a check. Rock Chanel on my neck. Princess got diamonds, I flex. Drag on a bitch, it's savage shit. Ain't no myth for average bitch. Word on the street, I'm fucking a plug. Got him addicted, he said I'm his drug. Flew me out, let a bitch unplug. Palm trees, right sandy beach. He wanna taste this wet ass peach. Play with my feelings, get laid in the street. Get that bag, ho. I get that bag, ho. Yeah, it's Mona Lisa, yeah, I get that bag, ho. When I see them bitches, yeah, you know I drag on. Big cash on me, big racks on me. Get that bag, ho. I get that bag, ho. Yeah, it's Mona Lisa, yeah, I get that bag, ho. When I see them bitches, yeah, you know I drag on. Big cash on me, big racks on me. I'm on my best for shit, it ain't no competition. I'm finna drag on them hard and I don't need permission. Yo, I'm a realest bitch, yeah, fuck the competition. Better play your position, I'm on a money mission. Yo, wavy hair Brazilian, red bottom with the matching bag. Fuck with the family, leave you bloody like a maxi pad. Pussy so good, got your man spinning hella cash. Pull up in the coupe, now you mad, wanna fight my ass. Oh, bitch, you dumb, oh, you's a lazy hoe. You better get up off your ass and chase this bag, yo. I'm talking cash flow, yo, fuck these niggas and these whack hoes. I'm from the other side, bitch, I'm here to let you, I'm a boss, bitch. It ain't no off switch, it's only real ass niggas in it I'm involved with. I'm making power moves, you just like to talk shit. Yo, presidential suite, step up in my office, yeah, be that bag, ho. I get that bag, ho. Yeah, it's Mona Lisa, yeah, I get that bag, ho. When I see them bitches, yeah, you know I drag on. Big cash on me, big racks on me. Get that bag, ho. I get that bag, ho. Yeah, it's Mona Lisa, yeah, I get that bag, ho. When I see them bitches, yeah, you know I drag on. Big cash on me, big racks on me. Bitch, Mona Lisa lit. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I talk my shit. Yeah. Yeah, I talk my shit. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Bye. Be more on this bitch, Mona Lisa.
I one check away.
Just try to see if you can twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth something.
I'm one check away.
Just try to see if you can twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth something.
I'm one check away.
Wah.
O-C-A, I'm one check away.
Just try to see if you can twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth something.
I'm one check away.
That booty clapping when she twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth something.
I'm one check away.
Just try to see if you can twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth
So
something.
all I wear is OCA. O-C-A, I'm one check away. That Molly come in different colors, get it pink and tan. My money stacked in different colors in the rubber bands. Got the connection with the plugs, baby, I'm the man. Just trying to turn this 50K into 100 grand. Open my shop around the clock just like I'm Dapper Dan. Just trying to test them 100 bricks that came cool again. From Mexico to California, shit know who I am. And what you say over the phone, get a nigga jammed. Never trust none of these niggas, even watch a man try to finesse me, even though I always had a plan. Since I'm the oldest, gotta be the one to feed the fam. I took an oath to never be the one to take a stand. My cars ain't rented, my credit 800. The houses paid for with some old show money. See, my cars ain't rented, my credit 800. The houses paid for with that old show money. I'm one check away.
Just try to see if you can twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth something.
I'm one check away.
That booty clapping when she twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth something.
I'm one check away.
Just try to see if you can twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth
So
something.
all I wear is OCA. O-C-A, I'm one check away. Damn, who you gon' shoot? Got the gas on lock, plus I still sell boot. I like my buffalo solid with the croutons. I hit that pussy better with my shoes on. Girlfriend look kinda thick, but that still ain't true. To be honest, pussy looking like it's saggy and loose. Appreciate a nigga honesty with telling the truth. Blue great gas, so the strain came midnight blue. Little thick, pretty bitch, she a CNA. Got all my luggage with the pounds through the TSA. And since I can't pronounce her name, I just call her bae. When I take bail shopping spree, you shop with OCA. Pack touchdown, selling nothing less than 28. Fuck a safe, a nigga really tryna break the bank. Never been the one that give a fuck about what a nigga think. Cause I still judge. I'm one check away.
Just try to see if you can twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth something.
I'm one check away.
That booty clapping when she twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth something.
I'm one check away.
Just try to see if you can twerk something. Prove to me it's really worth
So
something.
all I wear is OCA. O-C-A, I'm one check away.
How'd you feel about that incident earlier?
Hey, these guys' hands shouldn't be so wet. That's, yeah, I'ma say it just like that. I'm not gonna say pause, none of that. Hey, that joint slipped straight through my hand. Go to commercial.
Shout out to OCA Stacks.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I'm one check away too.
Two. Maybe three.
So big big shout out to Cruel Intentions, Jamel Wansler on Facebook. Cause he gave us a rack of topics to talk about. Actually, he made the job easy this week. Yeah, before I even do that, let's actually pay the drops that these people send us that I forget to do every week.
You are now listening to At the Bar Radio with my homie 151. This is Lonnie Vega. Stay tuned.
Shout out to Vega from Vega ENT.
What up, world? It's your girl Satoria, and I'm here cooling with At the Bar Radio.
I got one more. Shout out to Satoria, and then
Warfare J, and you in the mix with At the Bar Radio.
shout out to the artists that actually, because I've asked actually a whole bunch of artists to send me stuff. So shout out to the people that actually did. No shade to the people that didn't, but you know, we do play y'all music for free, and we do play your videos for free. So it'd be nice to, you know, y'all can return some of that love.
If anyone wants to know what I'm doing, I'm lighting sage to get the demons out, right? And to clean the air. CP3 seems to start coughing. Now, sage does help clean the air, right? However, there is a very strong Native American belief that burning sage, gets rid of, you know,
the evil spirits.
Yes.
I got some Indian in my family.
Well, you're the one that started coughing when I burned the sage. So it sounds like.
Because normally when I see something rolled up and fire put to it, it's not just a burn.
It doesn't matter. It's in the air, and you started coughing, and I feel as though CP3 might be part demon.
Hey, I've done some things in my past that some people have said that before.
You know what? See,
I cannot deny that.
Here we go.
So let's go to this, because this is what Jamel has sent us. This is going to be a very controversial. So I guess we'll start with the biggest controversial topic first. Virginia Tech swimmer blasts NCAA after losing finals spot to Leah Thomas. So former Olympic and Virginia Tech female swimmer blasts the NCAA in a letter Sunday over its policies for allowing a biological male swimmer to compete against women. Walika, I can't even pronounce her name, argued that in the letter that participants of Leah Thompson, the transgender University of Pennsylvania swimmer, effectively resulted in her disqualification since she came in one spot short of making the finals. I'm not going to read this whole article, but basically, the young lady, the trans lady, when she was a man, she was ranked 400 and something, almost 500.
I think it was like 416 or something like that. Yeah. It was in the 400s. Yeah.
And then she ranked number one.
Amongst women.
You know, and this is in one. So let me just start this off the right way. Because I disagree doesn't mean I'm trans or anything like transphobic or anything like that. I disagree. Like, it's 2022. You are what you are, whatever. But at the same time, like, we have homophobic. We have people of any lifestyle in your family at this particular point. Gay, straight, whatever. You know, it's part of the family. It's nothing new. For young ladies who are training for the Olympics, I feel this is very unfair for them. Because at the end of the day, genetically, you can call yourself a trans woman, but genetically, he's still a man, or she's still a man. Genetically, like that, the strength and all that other stuff has not gone away. And it's heartbreaking for if that was your goal to be number one and you try to get on the Olympics and you lose, to something like that. What about those people's rights? What about that young girl's rights who trained and, lost out because of that? And once again, like, and I gotta keep saying, it's not that we're transphobic, but if we're talking about equality, how is that fair? I just gotta ask, how was it fair? Can anybody give me an answer about it?
I don't agree that it's fair. I mean, I get that you identify as a female or a woman or whatever you want to classify yourself as, but like you said, genetically you're still a man. You have more muscle mass and more. Your frame is built differently from a woman, so it's not an equal competition, in my opinion. To have you competing against, a woman that's, probably, maybe 6 feet or something bigger than them, more muscle mass, more ability, more physical ability than they have naturally. So, I mean, if you identify as, female, that's cool, but you should still have to compete in the, your genetic, makeup to make it even, to make it equality, like you said, with 416. So it's like a shortcut, like, okay, well, I identify as a woman, so I want to be a female swimmer, and then, you're trying to be number one because, of genetics. So it's crazy because I identify with a millionaire, but I'm still broke. So I don't know how that's supposed to work. I don't know if I need to sue somebody or what, but I identify with a millionaire. And I ain't got it, so I'm gonna know who I complain to.
Lady Antoinette.
I feel like y'all waiting on me.
Oh yeah, we definitely are.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
It starts off well, so it's not gonna be good.
There's a reason why men and women compete separately. Biologically speaking, and you both have hit on this, biologically speaking, in the physical aspect, men have an advantage over women. At the end of the day, people are so afraid of offending someone else that they're not talking about the truth. And the truth of the matter is that no matter what you identify as, your DNA is your DNA.
Yes.
I watched a clip of like an argument about what a woman is, and it was with a transgender woman and a male, a white male, and I think they were on Dr. Phil or something like that, some talk show. And the question was asked to the transgender woman, what is a woman to you? Define a woman. And they couldn't give an answer. But when they asked the white male, he said a woman is a female human. It's in every fiber of your being. If you die today and they dig you up 100 years from now, they take your bones and test it, it's going to determine what you were at birth. Your DNA you cannot change. You cannot change the way that your muscles have formed. You cannot change the height that you're going to be. There are things in your life you cannot change. And so the reason why men and women were competing separate is so that the women can have their own, lane to compete in. You're taking that away from women when you allow someone who is, genetically speaking, a man. You can identify yourself however you want to in your social life. But the fact of the matter is, that's why we don't allow certain medicines, right? We don't allow certain substances to be used because it can give you an unfair advantage. This is an unfair advantage. A man was competing against other men. He was ranked in the 400s. And he pulled, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I feel like this is what we see. He pulled a Joanna Man. If anybody doesn't know, it's a movie from like the 90s when, what's his name? Miguel Nunez, is that his name?
The guy that was in The Line Love and Hate.
He, posed as a woman to play basketball because as a man, he wasn't cutting it.
Yeah.
So he went to play basketball as a woman in the WNBA so that he could be a superstar. He wasn't a superstar as a man. So he went over and did that. So no, I'm not trying to be insensitive about it, but I feel like in a sense you also have to look at, does this person have motive to do this? That's not fair. And then when you have boxing and MMA, and we've seen these horrific scenes where a transgender woman who is genetically, biologically a man, a male, with different type of build, a different type of build. Your muscle mass is different. Your strength is different. Fighting women and hurting them like really bad. That's not safe. It's not safe. It's not fair. So at the same time, we know that it's not fair. We've seen reasons. We have different ways to point out how this is not fair. What do we do to allow, because I understand, in a sense, both sides of the story. I identify as a woman, but I'm still an athlete. I still want to compete. So what does a transgender woman do? Because truth be told, you don't see a lot of transgender men competing on a professional level or attempting to. You don't see a lot of that. You hear about it from here and there. But the main storyline is this, because for a woman transitioning into a man, for some reason we're not hearing about that a lot, and if we do hear about it, it's not a major issue.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about the safety and the fairness of the other athletes that you're competing against, something has to be done. I've heard different suggestions. One suggestion was to have a transgender league. You know, that would be fair, but it's not. I feel like the movement, the LGBTQ movement, and when it comes to transgender women, and I want to say this, it's not all transgender women. It's not everyone in the LGBTQ community that feel this way, but a lot of people want to be compared to women, natural born, biological women. And at the end of the day, you have to be real with yourself. You may identify with it, even if you've gotten surgery to become a woman. The fibers of you, internally, biologically, genetically, you're not a woman. You were not born as a woman. You live your life as a woman. You may now have organs of a woman, even if you go get your surgery. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be competing with natural born women, because it's not fair. And I'm worried that somebody is going to get hurt. If I had a daughter that's an athlete, a female athlete in my house, and let's say they wanted to box, and I would be scared out of my mind if my daughter were to fight a transgender woman. That's scary, because I know what could happen. And it's far more dangerous than what it's supposed to be. So I don't agree with the current situation. Something needs to be done. I do feel, as a transgender woman, if you are an athlete and you want to compete, you should be able to. But who do you compete against is the question.
Yeah, that's the $1 million question. That's the $1 million question. So, once again.
He's shaking his head. You got something else you want to say?
No, it's just a whole crazy situation. Yeah. I understand and identify. I mean, I've said this before, like you touched on it, genetically, XY chromosome. It is what it is. I understand you identify as that. I get it. Truly, I do. But like you said, if you're an athlete, you should be competing against what you genetically, are, even if, you cut your dick off.
See, you know what?
Just saying.
He was really going down this wonderful path. Like, I felt so proud, y'all. I thought that CP3 was growing. I thought that, oh my God, he sounds like a regular, normal person in society. That cares about what he says and how he says it. But then you threw something in there.
I'm just saying, that's a bold commitment to, cut your dick off.
But, okay, so as a transgender woman, so this is the argument. I don't necessarily, these are not my words, okay? This is not what I believe or whatever. But I've heard this. There are some people who are transgender. And they have also, along with it, body dysmorphia. They don't like their body. So imagine being a man and you hate your penis because you don't feel like you should have it. You feel like you're supposed to have a vagina.
I feel like I'm supposed to have some vagina.
That's you. You're not a transgender woman. So you wouldn't feel that way. But I'm saying that is what, a lot of people are saying. Like, they feel as though
they're trapped in their own body.
Right.
I understand it.
So it's not just, you just gonna chop. No. They're trying to obtain the genitalia that they believe they're supposed to have.
Yeah, I get it.
So
I understand. have empathy and compassion for that struggle. I'm glad.
Even if you don't
Can you put your mic a little bit
it,
closer, CP3?
My bad.
You know your voice be changing like 800 times.
right,
We was talking about some real shit, so I had to get the serious voice on.
right. But I mean, even if
There
you
you
don't
go.
believe it, it's that's where they're coming from. And for me, I have my beliefs about everything, you know, but I do like to hear the other side so I can be respectful.
Yeah,
You know.
But my whole thing too is just because I disagree with it, that doesn't mean I don't sympathize with the community or people who's going through body shaming or feel like they're trapped in the wrong. Like I do sympathize with that. I just think this particular ruling is unfair for the people. If I've spent my whole life practicing to lose that way, that's not fair to me. That's not fair to that young lady.
Right.
And so when we talk about fairness, we just can't talk it on a one-sided, conversation.
It's all fucked up, man.
It is, and unfortunately, I'm about to make it even worse. I'm not gonna say worse, unfortunately, but so you remember Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five? Kid Creole, who was a member of their, he's like 57 now. Like 2017, he stabbed a man.
Yep.
He's been sitting in Rikers Island for 4 years.
He killed them.
Yes,
Yeah,
he killed him.
He's on murder. Murder trial.
So now it's the action saying, was it calculated or was it self-defense? And they're going through this thing of trying to find out, which is really crazy. I can say really crazy. It's really sad because that's such a pioneer rap group. And his age, like he's sitting in there. He's 57 years old and sitting in Rikers Island right now.
Have you seen him? Have you seen the pictures of him recently?
Yes, it looks terrible.
He looks bad. It hurt my soul. Like, I mean, what do you say? Like, he's been in jail for a while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not that he's supposed to look amazing.
And he's being charged with second-degree murder. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking when you hear stuff like this.
But my question is, because I mean, I know a little bit about the story, but not a whole lot. Why are we just now wondering if it's self-defense?
That's a good question.
That wasn't brought up, or.
You know how they ignore people when they bring up an alternative theory as opposed to he's just a murderer.
Yeah, that bothers me. Like, you wait how long to decide? Hey, let's check and see if it's self-defense. I know he's on trial right now.
Yes, he's on trial right now.
But I mean, is this his first trial?
As far as I know, yeah.
What? Why? Why is it?
4 year backlog with the COVID and stuff, probably.
Come on now.
Rikers was already probably overcrowded, and then COVID just made it worse.
Okay, let's be real.
And then you couldn't.
He did this what year?
2017.
COVID, that was almost 2 years. That slowed everything down with the process and stuff.
Okay, technically we didn't start getting locked down until March of 2020. So even from 17 to 2020, that's too long.
Like I said, it's a backlog at Rikers, man.
But it's not necessarily about the jail that you're in. It's more so about the system that you're running through.
Too many motherfuckers doing bad shit. There's not enough people to prosecute them.
Something don't sound. It sounds really fishy for me. Because I've seen people do something and then get a trial much sooner than that.
Yeah.
Where's the due process that we speak so highly of?
Maybe they were bringing up the self-defense and throwing motions, and that's what made it stretch out so long. So.
But that's what you're doing during the trial.
So this one is another sad story. Mom is killed visiting son's grave on his first birthday in heaven, Texas family said.
I heard about that.
Her son's birthday in heaven, mother Yolanda, I'm not going to try to disrespect her name because it's harder than my first name.
Yeah.
Was at the grave cemetery, while she was there, she was shot and killed.
Randomly or?
I mean, I don't think they have a suspect.
Yeah.
However, we can all kind of figure out that it's probably not a random thing. First of all, who's shooting at the cemetery? That's the first question.
Yeah.
And then on this man's birthday. So that means you knew somebody was going to come visit his gravesite. And you shoot his mother and kill her on his birthday while she's visiting his gravesite. That does not sound like it is a random act. Because I don't. How often are gunshots ringing in a cemetery?
Yeah.
More than half the people there are already dead. Who are you shooting at?
I just want to know.
It's a coward.
When did it just seem nonchalant just to take someone's life over any type of dispute, big or small? I mean, I'm not going to go to the end of saying I'm blaming television, but we've become desensitized to murder from the shows on TV, from the stuff that we see, stuff that's reported, and it's just amazing that nobody, well, I'm not saying nobody, that these folks that's, doing these murders and killing folks over stupid shit, when does it go past the point of you actually taking a second to say, is this really worth me throwing my life away and ending their life? Why does it go from zero to, from a disagreement to, oh, I gotta kill this person?
It's crazy.
It makes no sense to me. I'm like, when do we become that easy to draw the A to B that, okay, I disagree with somebody, we got beef, you disrespected me, now I gotta kill you, now I gotta pull a gun out and shoot you. I don't understand the logic or the mentality, and then once you get caught, then you want to cry in court talking about he was such a nice kid, he would never do this, it was extenuating circumstances. No, you made that choice to do that, and you can't cry about it later. So folks just gotta start using logic and stop living off of emotion, man. Emotion will fuck you every time.
Yeah, true indeed.
I will say this, CP3, unfortunately, this is not new.
It's not new.
It's just brought to us different and more often as far as it being publicized. We've heard of, over the years, man gets shot, somebody comes through and shoots up their funeral. We've over the years, like in the 80s and 90s, when we see these, gangster movies and things like that, they came from somewhere. People shoot up weddings, they shoot up all kinds of things. So this is not, I will admit, this is not a common thing that we've heard. However, this ain't the first time somebody got shot and killed in a cemetery. That's for sure. Somebody might have got shot and killed somewhere else and they drop them off at the cemetery, So, unfortunately, this is something that's been going on for years. It's just a matter of, at this point, I feel like you have to kind of look at it like this. Was the mom involved in something that would get her shot? Or does this person have a gripe with the son? How did the son die? Because it's his birthday, so somebody was watching his
grave some respect
on his birthday.
To at least not to kill her while she's at the damn cemetery honoring her son.
Let's be real.
People don't have that type of respect no more.
There is no respect. If he got shot,
certain situations,
man.
Without knowing, the thing is, we don't know what was going on. And not saying that son was doing anything bad, but we don't know what was going on with that whole situation.
Right, and I'm gonna be real with you. When we talking about people getting shot and killed, and they are targeted, there is no respect.
Yeah.
There's always a way to.
I mean, you gotta think, but
because there are some people that live by a code, and then there are other people who have no code.
I get it.
They'll shoot you in front of your kids. They'll shoot you and your whole family. We don't know if that was that situation.
Yeah.
That's why I said
and honestly, if you killed the son, a murder is a murder. So
yeah.
They would have no. If they had no quarrel about taking the son's life, they probably wouldn't have no quarrel about taking the mom's life either.
Mm-hmm. On his birthday, her birthday, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
I just said they'll shoot you up on your wedding day. or they'll shoot your family at your funeral.
Yeah.
You already in the ground, but they're gonna shoot up your funeral to make sure they can get anybody else.
Yep. Lady Antoinette, I want to double back to the first topic we were talking about because he was ranked 462.
Okay, I had the 6 in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was very low on the totem pole. He went from being ranked 462 to number 1. But but I just wanted to get that one because I couldn't remember the exact number.
Right. What'd you say? Can you stop it? Can you stop
that?
Nobody's here talking about the 69.
I just said you put the 6 in the wrong place.
You know.
You done.
CB3, you are a terrible person.
It just fit. I'm sorry.
It did?
Yeah.
Because from what you said, it got chopped off.
Hey, no, she ain't put it down. Big bike container and tossed it out.
What? Wait, what?
What?
You ripping it Lorraine bottle?
Yeah. You let me too hard at that.
So let's talk about something positive now.
Please.
Tammy Williams is to be the first black woman to own a $135 million production studio in Atlanta.
Okay.
Award-winning producer and CEO Tammy Williams is bringing her production studio to Fayette County in Atlanta, Georgia. So at one point, Tyler Perry was the only person to actually have a studio out there. First black person to do it, and she's the first female black woman to bring a studio out there. So that brings.
Wait, isn't she the first female period in Atlanta?
I think so.
Okay. We all know, especially thanks to Tyler Perry. Well, before Tyler Perry went down there, I think the reason why he decided to be down there and open his studio there, Atlanta is really booming for black people, period. As far as being successful and just, trying to pursue your dreams. And now Tyler Perry has made Atlanta like the Black Hollywood. It's unofficially called the Black Hollywood. So it makes sense, You're bringing, I feel like it's good. She's bringing more work.
Yes.
She's bringing more of a. First of all, she's bringing another option. That's also a good thing.
Yeah.
No shade to Tyler, but you don't want to have just one because that person can create like a monopoly, But I think that's a good thing. More options, more jobs.
If DC would have stayed Chocolate City, this would have been a really good hotspot, but we lost everything.
But that's by design.
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to have DC in the first place.
True indeed. So now we just had something positive, but now I'm back to something ignorant. Suspect allegedly kills 2 PA troopers in a crash after they stopped her for speeding minutes earlier. So this young lady have actually posted on her social media that she was the best drunk driver ever. She's 21. It's a terrible mugshot.
So she's just at the point where she's legally able to drink.
Yes, and clearly didn't know how.
And hasn't had a license, if she has a license, very long.
Yeah.
Even if she got it at 16, between 16 and 21, you think you're experienced, but you're not really.
Good point. So she was stopped for speeding, and then the police had got an emergency call about a man walking on like I-95 or whatever, and they're in Philly, Pennsylvania. So there was a dude walking by with if you've been to Philly, where the stadiums are, not stadium, the club. CP3, calm down. And we're in Philly. We're talking about it. So they went to rush off after telling her to slow down to deal with this man that was walking on basically the highway. She speeds. She continues to speed, and she speeds into all 3 of them. The man and the 2 cops that stopped her earlier killing them.
Yep.
On January 15th, I believe, she had put a social post up saying she on Twitter that she was the best drunk driver ever.
Not killing everybody that's walking on the street, you not.
First of all, that post is an oxymoron. I speak from experience as if I've gotten into a car with somebody that was like really fucked up, and I never forget it. We was at a club. We was at the house in it was called Penthouse back then in DC. I was coming back then. We were all fucked up. The car was swerving. Thank God the police stopped us, and he was twisted. So the DC police stopped us and they put him in the drunk tank. They said, "What did you want to do?" I said, "No, I'm just gonna go home." They said, "Do you want to wait with him?" I said, "Nah, hell nah." So I found a cab and I got home. And I remember this because I couldn't get. I was living down there, but I got to my mother's house. As I got to my mother's house, I was able to. I called her and I was like, "Yo, I need to come through. Can you open up the door for me?" Because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Thank God my mom didn't sleep back then. She lets me in. I tell her the story. I'm thinking I'm safe. So by the time I come down to my grandmother's house, I think everything's good. I knock on my aunt's door. Yeah, my mom called my uncle on me. He cussed me out. He was like, "You before you ever get in a car with a drunk driver, you better call my phone 100 times. You better just stand there and just keep calling until my phone until somebody picks up. The worst decision you ever." He said, "I would have killed you for being in it." And you know, I appreciate the love that my Uncle Tyrone had for me for like that. And at the time when I got in the car, I didn't see the seriousness of the situation.
No, because you were drunk.
Yeah, clearly, clearly I was.
I mean, drunk people don't make the best decisions. So
yes, you know. I was sober by the time I left though. After the police came and get back, you know, 40, 50. I had to share somebody's cab, basically. And I wasn't even really fucking familiar with DC. It was someplace that I didn't really go out to that much unless I was with somebody. You know, I was young. I was ignorant.
You was with somebody.
They was drunk. But it was just it was an experience, and you know, for her to post thank God we didn't have social media back then like that. But to post an ignorant message like I'm the best drunk driver.
So did they not know she was drunk? I'm so confused about that.
She might not have been drunk. She might have just been speeding.
Well, she's not a good driver, period.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what it probably was. She was a certain persuasion and like, just go ahead, just make it home safe.
No, she black.
What? Oh, wow.
She light skinned.
Even still, here's my thing. If she was drunk, she should have not been allowed to go. But they would have found out if she was drunk because once she hit them and killed them, they would have had to see if she was drunk.
Well, you know how I feel about drivers, so I got off the road for a reason. Just going homework.
What you mean got off the road?
I used to be on the road traveling all the time. It's too dangerous out there. Motherfuckers can't drive.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, they got these fast cars, and motherfuckers think if they car fast, they can all of a sudden drive good. Dipping in and out of traffic next thing you know.
Yeah, I saw that today.
Yeah, and then one of my buddies said he was heading home from the dealership right there by BW Parkway. Joint flipped over into the ditch, overturned. They couldn't get out, caught on fire. Yeah, the folks in that joint screaming. They was cooking, getting cooked alive. All because they wanted to, be fast and furious and shit.
And truth be told, you mentioned that movie. We do know the tragedy surrounding an actor from the movie.
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker was in a speeding vehicle. and he died in a car crash.
Folks don't believe it, man. They just believe social media and think everything's a movie and everything's going to work out great.
Mm-hmm.
And then, next thing you know, you're a speed bump on the highway or you're a video on the news and it's too late. But, I've always said some people, don't belong to be here. So, survival of the fittest. If you're out there doing $190 on a bike with no helmet,
that's stupid.
You got a pretty good chance that you're, not looking to live to the next day.
So we got two stories about Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson actually made some edible some edible ears. Genius.
He's ignorant. That's what he's
genius. Genius, dog. Genius.
But here's one thing: you have patched it up with the man whose ear you bit.
He deserved it.
Even still, he patched it up with him. First of all, a headbutt is one thing.
Have
you seen Mike's head, like in person? Have you ever seen Mike's head? If Mike would have headbutt him back, I'm trying to tell you, he could have took Evander out.
Man, Holyfield got a big ass head.
Mike's head is humongous. I met him in person. I was like, there's no way this is real.
This is known in boxing that when you're on steroids, your motherfucking head, your fucking joint just starts getting harder and harder. And they said that Holyfield was notorious for headbutting.
Yeah, he was.
And they would never flag him for it.
Holyfield was a dirty fighter.
Yeah.
We saw the fight. I was watching it live.
And the ref wouldn't say shit.
And the ref didn't say anything. But
so
what
Mike
I'm
was
saying
like, fuck that.
Is Mike. But you see what I'm saying, though. Like, Mike is one of the dudes, you going to do this?
Yeah.
I'm going to outdo you with your crazy.
Well, he did the second time. Look out.
He bit a piece off. Like, come on now.
They just spit it.
He bit a piece off this man's ear. And now, years later, Mike is something. People used to laugh and be like, "Oh no, Mike ain't that crazy." Yes, he is. He said, "I'm a T-Rex. I'm gonna eat your kids." Remember that?
Yeah, all praise to Allah.
He's like, I was trying to send his nose bone through his brain.
Remember, I broke my back, spinal.
Like,
I
think I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Mike Tyson has some of the wildest stories. And here's the thing.
Did y'all see his little show he did?
His show was good.
I saw it too.
His show was good.
So there's a story that he said that Mike Tyson said that he used to have to. He'd be like, I'm about to kill this dude in the ring. He would have to bang chicks before he got in the ring with them. Otherwise, he would like really hurt them.
I don't think he was banging jazz before that Holyfield fight.
But also in Mike's news, so Mike does a comedy show.
Yep, that's what I just talked about.
And a guy was heckling Mike, which
Why would you?
But he came strapped.
The guy came strapped?
Yeah. He pulled a gun. He pulled a gun at the comedy show on Mike. However, Mike actually de-escalated the situation and gave the man a hug.
That's years of therapy.
Say what?
That's years of therapy.
Nigga, what?
I'm very shocked about that. He must have been. You know what? What was he smoking that day? Because you got different things that you could smoke, and clearly he wasn't rah.
I done seen Mike's podcast show when he almost killed the nigga. So
yeah.
I mean, they said Tyson shook his hand and hugged him. He pleaded with the 55-year-old not to call the police. However, getting the authorities involved was the last thing on Tyson's mind as he listened to the fan empathetically. And again, he asked staff and the patrons to leave. But before the exit, Tyson took the gun. Of course, Tyson took the gun. I mean,
he took the gun and didn't beat him down.
First of all, if he's that close enough to take the gun,
you stupid.
First of all, if he's that close, you might as well just give him the gun.
Yeah.
Because if you miss, you're out.
First of all, why are you coming to his show to heckle him? Like,
heckle Soulja Boy. Why would you heckle Mike Tyson? I don't know.
He said heckle Soulja Boy.
You.
Soulja Boy screams and whines so much.
I have a story of defense of y'all calling me a thug. I was selling a car yesterday, and he was trading in his mother's vehicle. I'm going out to scan to get the VIN number to take it to get it to appraise. He comes out like, oh, I gotta grab my bag. I can't leave that in here. Nigga, you strapped? Always, dog, but I'm legal. So a nigga bought a strap to the motherfucking car dealership to do a car deal.
It wasn't illegal.
He wasn't riding Metro.
Right.
But
It wasn't
my
illegal.
point is, he still carried.
But you don't know where he was going before or
That
after.
ain't the point. He was at a dealership. He could have robbed.
What was his job? Was he a
He's
security
actually-
guard?
No, I don't know what his job was. He just said he had a permit for the motherfucker. He live in Virginia, so you know how wild that state is. You get a permit in Virginia, you can carry out most of the
He could have went to the range.
So before we do this music break, let me go to this tell you this funny story. Bride reads cheating fiance text messages instead of the vows at the wedding.
Oh. But no, here's the crazy thing. Just this week, I saw the husband put, like some people show like a video of them or like pictures scrolling. She put the text messages. I mean, he put the text messages on there for her. They were like a little it was an Asian couple.
Yeah. So a bride took revenge on her cheating fiance by reading out loud the saucy messages he sent his lover instead of her vows. The last thing anybody wants is to be dumb, is to be duped.
That sounds like a Tyler Perry movie.
This bride to be read her cheating fiance texts conversations and decided to teach him a lesson. It should be mentioned that this tale was the first published on Whim and is whatever. Basically, that's wow. They have been together for 6 years.
I'm sure they're not together now.
If you engaged that long.
No, they were together.
No, they were together for 6 years.
They were together for
But she read them like instead of reading vow. That's like I always tell people this.
Delete your text? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh.
A man will do things that's fucked up, but a woman will scar you emotionally.
Well, I feel like it's on both ends because, like I said, I just heard of an Asian couple going through it. The man screenshot and put the pictures on the screen with their cute little engagement photos and pictures of them were together. So I see it on both ends. I can't say it's just the women. It's just if you dealing with a petty person.
Why get engaged if you still want to be with cheat and do other shit?
Right.
What's the point?
That's a good point.
Wasting time.
What the
You
fuck
can
is
do
the
that
point?
single.
That's what I'm saying. If you engage with somebody else to get married, why are you still sending texts to other people and shit?
Especially if it's a guy and he proposed, like why did you feel the need to propose? And let's be real, the majority of the time it's the man who proposes. That's the way our society is.
He's afraid to lose the pussy. He don't want nobody else to get the pussy, but then he might try to get other pussy, and then risk losing the pussy that he got.
Well, that's why.
All right, time to play some videos.
CP3. See, that's a Wendy's. For real.
A nigga was fucking on me, he was in love. Don't let that little nigga lie to you. Ain't finna pressure a nigga to get out his feelings. Nah, that's what his mama do. Ain't finna beef with no little bitty bitch, she get beat. That's what that drama do. Ain't in no waste of my time. Run up these bands, that's what them commas do. Yeah, that's what them commas do. Yeah.
then dub it. Don't play with the gang when you see us in public. If I had nothing, you know I would clutch him. I grip on the strap and you know I'ma bust it. A nigga was fucking on me, he was in love. Don't let that little nigga lie to you. Ain't finna pressure a nigga to get out his feelings. Nah, that's what his mama do. Ain't finna beef with no little bitty bitch, she get beat. That's what that drama do. Ain't no waste of my time. Run up these bands, that's what them commas do. Yeah, that's what them commas do. Yeah, that's what them commas do. Ain't no waste of my time. Run up these bands, that's what them commas do. Yeah, that's what them commas do. Yeah, that's what them commas do. Ain't no waste of my time. Run up these bands, that's what them commas do. He hit my phone like, Tay, where you at? I dropped the pen, come give me that neck. He drowning this pussy, he like, what the heck? I don't be bragging about how I be wet. My drip game awesome, you know I be flossing. Pretty ass here, and you know that I'm bossy. He think he a pimp, well bitch, I'm a pimp. Louis back heavy, I walk with a limp. Money on my mind, I'm talking about commas. Fly takes back a hoe with that drama. Drip is my son, I call him my toddlers. Big booty bitch, they call me a wobbler. Ass hair broom, that's true facts. Got your nigga on my ass, that's true facts. Bitch, you and my bitch don't do that. If you running that bitch, I'ma screw that. A nigga was fucking on me, he was in love. Don't let that little nigga lie to you. Ain't finna pressure a nigga to get out his feelings. Nah, that's what his mama do. Ain't finna beef with no little bitty bitch, she get beat. That's what that drama do. Ain't no waste of my time. Run up these bands, that's what them commas do. Yeah, that's what them commas do. Yeah, that's what them commas do. Ain't no waste of my time. Run up these bands, that's what them commas do. Yeah, that's what them commas do. Yeah, that's what them commas do. Ain't no waste of my time. Run up these bands, that's what them commas do. Yeah.
I got a lock around my heart just to keep it safe. And I don't know why you're so surprised when you made me feel this way. I know I can do better. I know I can have better. I know I can do better. I will always choose me over you. I refuse to let you treat me any kind of way. How you gon' rip my heart apart and ask me to stay? I know I can do better. I know I can have better. I know I can do better. I will always choose me over you. I don't really care how many times you apologize. It could never make up for all the tears that I cried. I know I can do better. I know I can have better. I know I can do better. I will always choose me over you. You gon' regret the days that you abused my love. You gon' regret the days that
these names, I'm feeling like they ain't for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch came for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck my game for real. We taking these names, I'm feeling like they ain't for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch came for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with it.
Naughty by nature, turning cold into diamonds, turning scenes into sirens. Ugly bitches get the Heisman. Only real niggas riding, making waves like Poseidon. Trail blazing, blum blazing, no debating, not time. Got the game on the line, I'm killing the ops and your bitch fine. Putting too much work to fall back. Team on my back, I can never look back. No, all the niggas spit is crack. Snow, when I drop, it's a snow globe. I'm on my game for real. Came from the bottom, seen niggas change for real. I've been starving for a meal. Rug rap, baby, like Phil and Lil. Now I get baked like Uncle Phil. Neck on froze, man, I can't chill. Niggas be capping and acting, man. Fuck it, I might make a scene for real. Got my family at the trenches, doubting me, but they gon' come to their senses. Fought for all of these inches. Now they trying to mend fences, but I'm all about business.
I'm on my game for real. We taking these names, I'm feeling like they ain't for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch came for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with my game for real. We taking these names, I'm feeling like they ain't for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch came for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with
my
you.
daughter been locked in the kennel. Hungry as fuck, now I need my percentage. She counting me out, can't stand it, I'm winning. To go to my city, little pussy admit it. We talk about money, I get it, I get it. Versace and Louis on me, this shit fit. I feel like Rick James, but show me your titties. Y'all gon' know my name, yeah, I know how I offended.
I poppin' my shit, what you mean? These people be fame, risking it off of the crane. Swear that rap shit is a dream. How I get up on stage in the tank, I'm doing my thing. Feeling like Brady, I'm building my tank. Back on my bullshit, it's for what you think. I'ma do me, hope just stay in your lane. When we dropping bodies, I put that on game. I'm on my game for real. We taking these names, I'm feeling like they ain't for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch came for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with my game for real. We taking these names, I'm feeling like they ain't for real. That shit a shame, yes, your bitch came for real. That's not your main for real. I gotta go get it, fuck your opinion as long as I'm winning. Grind every day, got my fam out the trench. It can sit on my ass, yo, that's not how I'm living. Addicted to money, can't fuck with these women.
Run, yeah.
That boy P, so he crazy.
No. I was down, now I'm really about to go get up. 10 rounds, now that nigga can't get up. That's what you get when you go fuck with the vision. My money be piling, we don't do division. The feds be watching, I just gotta get up. I was just down, now I'ma get up. Sleeping on me, I bet they didn't get up. My money was low, but now I'ma get up. Oh, bet that we get up. Pushing this weight, I'm doing sit-ups. I was just dirty, now I got my fit up. Too good for these bitches, I bet they gon' miss us. And I pack a bag if you think that I'm trippin'. Keep this shit brisk like I'm sip lips on. Even though niggas don't know what to get on. You ain't shit till your niggas go and get on. Get you some pack, go make a flip homes. Yeah, I'm stuck in my bad ways. Niggas always being burnt out, so I dip them all in the ashtray. I don't understand these niggas that just always talking about, yeah, they past ways. I don't understand these bitches always comparing me to they past days. I give a fuck about you. You give a fuck about me. I just be rapping for money. You be rapping for free. Feel like that I rap like a god. The reason they call me a G. I'm against all of these odds. Niggas ain't fucking with me. Never no worries, Hakuna Matata. They say that I'm hot cause the devil with Prada. I'm Soulja Boy first and these niggas gon' follow. Catching no feelings, you catching these hollows. Raul Rodriguez like I fuck with Rollo. Ain't got no time when I see this Movado. Bet that bitch shine like I'm in Monte Carlo. Looking at me like I done hit the lotto.
Count your last days, get hit up. Talking that trash, Shay on Twitter. The bitch, she be bad, yeah, I'm with her. When she see me, her face be lit up. Boy, better go ahead and mind your business. I don't go back and forth like tenor. Run this game, I don't get no finna. But we bout to get up. 10 rounds, now that nigga can't get up. That's what you get when you go fuck with division. My money be piling, we don't do division. The feds be watching, I just gotta get up. I was just down, now I'ma get up. Sleeping on me, I bet that they get up. My money was low, but now I'ma get up. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Well, CP3, you know the music stopped playing. You stopped doing the thug dance.
MC, baby. Take over your soul.
So, quick music video break. You know, definitely, had to play some of our favorites. Smooth Talk. So, I hate people make me do this on live on the air. Evan Washington, I would play your video. However, it's not like you like, shared, or subscribe to any of the stuff that we're doing. So why would I play your stuff? I don't know you.
Across the screen, dog. You can't read.
No. Actually, I don't have it on there like I used to.
Oh.
Maybe I need to put back. You know, you gotta share 10 times, and then we'll play your stuff. But you know, just throwing a video in my comments, I usually just delete those or hide them, and I don't pay them no attention. So it's not like you did anything for us. So why would I do something for you? Unless you want to pay for promotion, holla at me. But other than that, because we don't really have to do this for free. So, Lady Antoinette, you had something that you wanted to speak on.
Yeah. So, Herschel Walker.
Oh shit.
He's a NFL star.
Yes.
He
They don't claim him no more.
Well, he won the Heisman. Like,
Yes.
he's known. Okay.
He was big growing up. He was big.
Yeah, he was a big star. So, fast forward to modern times. Herschel Walker is a Republican.
Yes.
He was a big Trump supporter. In fact, Trump appointed him and Dr. Oz to the, what was it called, the fitness committee or something like that.
Some dumb shit.
Yeah, it was I don't know a lot about the White House Fitness Council. That's what they were appointed to. And so both Herschel Walker and Dr. Oz are now running for Senate. They both are. Herschel is running for Senate in Georgia, and from the state of Georgia, and Biden has asked for their resignation. And of course, both of them are saying that when they become senators, they're going to investigate why Biden has asked for them to come off of that council because they were appointed by Trump. So they're saying, oh, it's because we were appointed by Trump. Here's the problem.
Okay, speak on it.
They actually violated what we call the Hatch Act. The Hatch Act was something from back in like 1939 or something like that. If you hold a position and within the White House, you cannot run for office.
Makes sense.
So they're violating the act.
So hence that's why Hillary Clinton never ran for office
while having a position within the White House. So that's like rule number one. That's like 101 of having a position within the White House. you can't run for another office, especially when you have, like, if you run for office, there's a loophole. You can run for office if you don't have anybody on the ticket for another party. You see what I'm saying? So, like, if you're running against another Republican, that's different. But if you run, he's a Republican, you're running against Democrats, you can't do that. That's violating the Hatch Act.
You just said that they are Trump's buddies, and you know Trump didn't care about rules, so they don't care about rules.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care who appointed me. Once I get into a job, I need to know everything that surrounds that job. Before running for office, you need to know. So, like, there are times where you'll see someone step down from a position, and then next thing you know, they're running for office. That's because they don't want to violate the Hatch Act. The fact that Biden said, hey, I'm going to need your resignation, he was being polite about it. But here's the funny thing. I think it might have been yesterday. So he's at Herschel Walker is at this like rally, right? I think Trump might have been there. Don't quote me on that. But at this rally, he's like opposing people teaching critical race theory in the schools, right? So he's like getting the crowd amped up, and he's like, what is he was like, I mean, what is CTR? Like, what does that mean anyway? So, like I just said, he's opposing critical race theory. Bless his little heart. CTR, that's not what that is. CTR.
Whoa. I'm dyslexic, dog.
Yeah, but you got help.
But we shouldn't use that as a derogatory term. Even saying he's a Trump supporter, that doesn't make him ignorant. That just makes him a Trump supporter. But he's just spewing ignorance. Ignorance is just ignorance.
I feel like for him to bash critical race theory and like, what does that even mean? And then you're using the wrong acronym. And like, I'm like, dude, just get off the stage. At this point, just get off the stage because you're sounding stupid at this point. And I'm just like, nah. Like, you have got to be kidding. So it's like, this is, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, this is a man who wants to hold positions, he wants to be seen, but he's not really knowledgeable.
Well, the thing, when you used to being in the spotlight, you don't have to be knowledgeable. You just have to be good at what you do.
That's the problem.
And when he was in the spotlight, he was one of the best.
Mm-hmm. For what he was doing. Now he's out of that lane, trying to step into another.
And some people think that they can, and it's a lot harder to do that. But the spotlight is being famous is like a crack addiction. Like, people, it's a drug addiction almost. People crave that spotlight,
like Jay-Z
no matter what.
In his song Hollywood, he want the fame, he want the lights. It's the most addictive drug in the world.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like that could be a factor with him, but bless his little heart. I'm like, just go sit down. First of all, you trying to bash Biden at any cost. You know, he was being polite about you, asking you to resign from your position when you're violating an act that has been in place since before either of you have been born. And then you're bashing people teaching critical race theories in school. It's like, what is that even? You know, like, what is that? But you're using the wrong acronym. Clearly you don't know what it is. So why are you bashing it?
Because ignorant people do ignorant things.
And then he's following suit. I think that's what that is. He's following suit.
No.
And as a black man,
I think he's just ignorant.
He's just tripping. Like, I'm just, I really feel like he's just tripping. And then to say CTR when in reality you are actually trying to say CRT. It's like, come on, dude.
But once again, it's the people when you're used to that, and you have, you do things on such a high level, people tend to just accept you, and they don't necessarily give you the right information, or they don't criticize you for when you do something that's oxymoronic.
Unless, maybe
you surround yourself with yes men. It's no one's telling you the truth.
It may be very telling, because a CTR is a certain type of chest X-ray. So maybe he was just with
CTE.
Yeah, that could be it. He might have some things going on. It might be very telling. So a little bit of political tea.
I done jumped out of the political arena. It's gotten too crazy. I can't even deal with it.
Definitely.
But that's just hard. That's all I can really say. It's a lot of people that just follow suit and they go along with whatever their quote-unquote leader is doing.
People just do ignorant things because they're more followers than leaders. And it's easy to pretend that you're a leader when you clearly you're just nothing more than a follower.
The people of Georgia, I'm like, Lord bless y'all. This is a man that's running for office.
I mean, Georgia being Georgia, you got a crazy mixture now with rural Georgia and the urban Georgia. I don't even know if he could pull that off. It'd be interesting if he could pull that off, though.
No, he shouldn't put anything off.
But kind of like what 151 was saying, like if you are coming in the door and you're a yes man, like we don't need you in the Senate because let's be real, we need to get the yes men out of Congress.
We need the system to implode on itself, so we need people like him to go in there and do stupid shit to blow it all up.
But he's just gonna say yes.
He's just gonna say
that's it. He's gonna go along.
He's gonna be
these crazy.
He's gonna be Jar Jar Binks.
But he might get the right person to get him to say the wrong yes, and fuck everything.
I feel like he's gonna fall right into with everything that has already been laid out for him. He's just gonna be another body to get a certain count. Unfortunately, that we have a lot of that.
He's gonna be Jar Jar Binks in the Star Wars analogy. He's gonna be the guy that gives the evil people the power.
That's what they feel like doing, him being Carson and that dude from Arkansas. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he stepped down. He just resigned.
No, for real.
Yeah.
I know he had some type of scandal. I think it was financial shit or something.
He just got convicted.
Wow.
And then he went and resigned.
Yeah, it's all politics, man. It's all bullshit.
I guess let's talk some entertainment stuff real quick too. People who probably CP3 has never heard of. Rapper, you should hear this because she actually has a nice body. Rapper Doja Cat has said that she was going to retire from rap. Yeah, if y'all can see.
Girl, you like 12. Stop it. You ain't put in.
All because there was a festival that got canceled and it was just crazy.
That's not retiring. That's quitting.
And then she was like, "Y'all can have this rap," and yeah. Shut up.
You're quitting.
Shut up.
Quit. Don't say retire.
She kept her expenses and like, you know what? I gotta go make some.
First of all, I hate when people with no talent actually make it because they never appreciate.
She has had some hits.
She has some, but they never. It's a lot of talented people that would love to be in your position. And then you just want to squander it, or act stupid, or have a temper tantrum.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. What she said, it could have stemmed from just frustration. There are a lot of people, us growing up, but we don't know about their outbursts. We don't know about the time they wanted to quit unless they told us later on. And unfortunately, like I said before, we have an avenue of knowing way too much about people. So I can't necessarily blame her for wanting to quit. Well, I don't like the term retire when you been in.
You 24.
Right.
You got mixtapes. How you gonna retire? Yeah, shut the hell up.
So that's more quitting.
It's also a mixture of these young folks facing adversity and not know how to handle it. They'd rather quit than to face it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm noticing that a lot in this younger generation that they'd rather, tuck tail and run or put their head in the sand and actually deal with a situation. And that's a sad reality. And I have some of that going on in my family now with my younger nieces and nephews. So it's confusing because they want to be so informed and be so vital in this and that, but then when it comes to real life situations that they have control over, they don't know what to do. They'd rather just ignore it and think it's going to fix itself or go away. I know it's oh man, I've been having some real deep conversations with some folks lately, and it's man, the world is a mess right now.
Yeah.
The world been a mess.
I mean, it's been a mess. I mean, just with
It's
all
just not
this
getting
stuff,
better. That's all it is.
It's not getting. I ain't gonna say it. I guess it.
I mean, we just did this. We talked about a story about a mother getting shot on her son's gravesite.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's.
But like I said, truth be told, stuff like that has happened before. We just we're more aware of it.
Yeah.
But it's just not getting better.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If nothing is improving, it's either staying the same or getting worse. So I get you.
But it's a vicious cycle that I see that's leading to all of this bullshit. And until we, the people in our community, start addressing these issues and stop blaming the government or the man or whoever they're going to try to blame, and start addressing some of these issues and take things back to the way they used to be when we came up. Because not saying it all made sense, but we didn't have as much of this bullshit going on that we have now. Like I say, folks walking away from their families, not taking care of the kids that they made, they getting upset when somebody else tries to step up and do what they're not doing. It's crazy how folks can justify the bullshit that they're doing and don't realize the collateral damage that they're doing and the cycle that they're repeating or the cycle that they're starting for the kids that they're bringing into this world that's going to go out here and repeat their same behavior. And nobody's taking a step back to think about the after effects. Everybody thinks about the instant gratification and I want it right now, I'm going to slide in your DM and you in the draws later on that night. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's used to that and you can't get what you want, then you move on to the next one, not about compromise, having an actual conversation, trying to work things out.
But you gotta remember the age that we live in. We live in an age now where you probably get females will probably get a dick pic before they get good morning.
That's true, and that is so disturbing.
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
it's a sad existence right now, man.
I was once so real talk. I was once online and I was talking to a female. She said, well, "Why are you saying good morning to me like you a teenager?"
What is a grown man supposed to do?
I guess send her a dick pic.
Top of the morning, bitch.
I mean, because
you just need. I was gonna say something that could possibly incriminate me. Somebody needs to check you. Let's say that. Somebody, because I don't want it to appear that I am threatening you or calling for someone to do bodily harm to you. But I feel you do need to be checked in some way, shape, or form. Because something is wrong with you.
Leave the CBD to go to the extreme. But look at the attitude and the mentality. And all I'm saying is I'm just trying to start your day off with a pot. I ain't even want nothing. I'm just saying, hey, good morning.
Right. Well, there is a cycle, like kind of what CP3 said. I don't think he was talking about what I'm about to state, but there is a uncomfortable cycle. Mm-hmm. On one hand, there are women who expect men to be trifling. Okay?
True.
Like if you open a door for a woman, nowadays, the majority of the time, she's going to walk through and not say thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's a problem for me, but here's the thing. Here you would have a guy being a gentleman, right? But then you have the men who will let the door slam on a female's face. And the female is usually upset, like you couldn't be a gentleman and hold the door. So it's an ongoing cycle.
So, but here's the thing. So, always bring up, GOP because we went out with two of our friends back when we was at Rise, and they were two females, and the way that we were raised is as gentlemen, we get the door for you. Before we can even get the door, and not saying we were trying to holler at them, they just our friends. But before we could even get the door from Zoom, and we had a conversation like, damn, what type of niggas do y'all date? Or better yet, well, yeah, I gotta say niggas because it wasn't men, because you're used to that.
You're used to men not being a gentleman.
Yeah,
that's a problem. But here's the thing. There's so many men that get offended when you give them a chance to be a gentleman. So it's like, what, in a sense, what do you do?
They're soft.
That's just in confrontation.
They're just they soft.
But here's the thing.
They are soft.
Because I'm gonna be real with you. I have some male friends I did not expect that type of behavior from. So nowadays, if you're trying to go somewhere, you just go. Because more often than not, he's not gonna open the door. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story time, just a little. I had this guy who was Jamaican, and why you had that?
My sister's cousin is Jamaican, so I can always.
Well, anyway, I had this friend. He's Jamaican, and apparently he had a little crush on me. I didn't know, because y'all know they go over my head quite often. But we went. Like, I rode with him to a couple different places, and he got upset with me and, like, really caught an attitude because I opened the car door. You're not supposed to touch a door handle, is what he told me. First of all, why are you getting an attitude with me over that, But he's a gentleman, and it was, if I rode with him, the next time I rode with him, it wasn't, again, not on my mind to sit in the passenger seat and wait for this man to get out of the driver's seat, walk around to open the door for me. That didn't cross my mind. So, yeah, I got fussed at.
Yeah, you deserved it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Because he did not want me to open the door.
Yeah.
If we were walking back to the car, I went to reach for he grabbed it before I could. Now he was like, "I told you."
I get it.
My stepmother told me this, and God bless her soul, because she passed away in December. She told me, I was sitting in a car with her. We were in New York and it was cold as shit out there. She pulled up to the gas station. She looked me dead in my face and said, "I don't pump gas when there's a man in the car."
Yeah.
I got my happy ass out there, and I pumped the gas.
Yeah.
So that's the culture that I was brought up in.
But when you go to the gas station, a lot of times, what do you see?
I see the nigga in the car, and I see the female pumping gas.
You see the woman driving,
the
man in the passenger seat. She pulls up, puts the car in park, and she gets out, and he's still sitting in the passenger seat.
He's playing on his phone.
Yep. That happens so often now.
They allow it also.
What the
dude that's sitting in the car, they allow that shit to happen.
It's not allowed. She's doing it because he's not getting out.
Well, if she driving and she paying for the gas, his ass at least be at a pump 9 or 10, and he ain't got credit to get a fucking car.
But dog, she shouldn't have to ask that.
She shouldn't have to, but the fact she got a sorry nigga that she got to speak up, she need to say something. Her getting out.
But you can't always put that on the female. Like, as a man, he should be doing that.
I'm gonna be real with you. The majority of the time, that is what happens.
And they allow it to happen. I know plenty of females that I know say, "Nah, nigga," like you say, like his mother said, if a man in the car, I'm not pumping gas. His mother wouldn't allow for her son, so you knew what she wasn't gonna allow for her man. So these chicks are getting out and pumping gas in the freezing cold while they bitch nigga in skinny jeans sitting in the motherfucking car.
I remember being in the car with one of my male friends that I thought was stand up. And I said to him, can you pump my gas? And gave him the credit card. I was in my vehicle, gave him my credit card. He was not pleased with that. And I said, I can leave you here. Then he got out and pumped the gas. This is not a man I'm dating. This is just a male friend. But I found that a little disturbing. And he wonders why he's single. But, because I mean, that it goes further than that.
You shouldn't have one why single. You know, you ain't got no damn manners.
That's what I'm saying.
He knows that. Like
he wonders why he's single.
No, he knows he doesn't. He knows he doesn't have men. Like, here's the thing. I know I can be an asshole. I know I can be rude, and I know I say things that are petty, and I know I say things that will piss people off. I know this. You gonna tell me you sitting in the car and you don't know that's childish? Get the fuck out of here with that. No, you know. Like you know that you can handle that situation better. You know that you can get out and pump the gas for the female. You know these things. You know that you can get the door for her. You know that you can hold the door for her. You know that you can have a quick conversation like, hey, I'm going to get the door for you. Don't walk through. Unless, let me get the door. Allow me to be a man. And to CP3's point is this too. Sometimes women have to allow men to be men.
Right.
So sometimes it's not even on, because if you speed walking and I'm trying to catch you, like that, I shouldn't have to do that. It shouldn't be a rat race.
Right.
Like I shouldn't have to do that. Allow me to be a man.
Right.
And you can't base it on your past experience. If you dated a boy before you dated me, that's your choice. We are not the same.
That's the problem. See, here's the thing. There are plenty of now adult women who have never experienced gentleman-like behavior.
Because they date thugs.
No, it's not. That's my thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not that they date thugs.
They don't know what a good man is.
They haven't never experienced anything other than that. My daughter is 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee that her male counterparts, her peers, her friends, that is not a common thing amongst them. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, I had that same situation with a girl I was dating. She would always say, we don't have a good relationship. We don't have a good relationship. So I asked her one day, what is your definition of a good relationship? She couldn't give me an answer because she had no idea because she had never been in one before. So sometimes folks don't know what they're looking for. And I mean, it's crazy. I was having the same conversation with somebody the other day. But it's a vicious cycle because we don't have, strong male role models in the household. So then you have females growing up, not knowing what a good man is, not knowing what to look for, the qualities of a man, because they haven't had anyone to show them the way or had an example. And then they're out here looking for these, fuck boys, and they fall for the, one that got the best game that, talks them into, linking up with them. And then they repeating the cycle over again, because once they get pregnant, realize the dude ain't shit, and the father not going to be in that child's life, and it's going to restart the whole cycle over again.
But it's not even just that. There are women who have had guys who are not terrible, but those guys weren't taught to open the door for a woman. What do you have to keep in mind that you have people our age, yes, but people our age have grown children now. And these grown children, right, the young boys, a lot of them are not taught to hold the door open. A lot of them are not taught that if you're in a car with a woman, you pump the gas. Nobody, a lot of people are not teaching this.
They don't have a male role model in their life.
Right, so you can't necessarily just point fingers here and there, because real talk is, as a society, as a culture, that's the problem.
We failed.
That's where I'm
right.
That's where I'm going with it.
We failed. I mean, and it's not just a black thing or a white thing. It's that we failed altogether as a society. Because we, one, it's a father's job to show the type of man his daughter should date. If you don't teach her what real men look like, then you should expect her to date a loser.
Sad thing is, most of them don't give a fuck.
But here's the thing: you do have a lot of fathers that teach their daughters this, but when she goes out into the world, and none of her counterparts were taught to do these things,
So they mimic what?
so they don't know. So then now she's like, "Oh, my dad taught me this. The only man that's ever done this, the only man that's ever opened the door for me was my dad." You know, what do you do?
I mean, I'm be honest with you.
But then you'll be completely alone. It's very difficult to find that.
Oh, it's very difficult to find it, but you still have a standard. It might not be opening the door, but it's knowing how to show respect to a woman. Maybe he doesn't open the door, but he's able to communicate and be able to, fulfill the needs that she's looking for, and not just a dude that's going to yell and cuss and oh, you just being dramatic, bitch, yada yada yada, and roll out. So he might not have the qualities of a true gentleman opening the door, doing that stuff. But at least if he has the skills to be a proper boyfriend, possible husband, then those things I think may come, maybe not. It depends on who's in his circle. If he's around the right people, that's going to instill that in him, especially if he's talking about possibly getting married. But it's sad that, we don't talk about these things and don't do these things because the folks aren't around. The combination of getting killed, locked up, or not being around for whatever deadbeat dad reasons or whatever baby mother to keep you away from the kids, whatever bullshit excuse you got or whatever the situation is. But the fact of the matter is, we have a lot of people having kids that, for one, aren't mature enough to have kids and shouldn't have kids at that point in their life.
Or too young.
Too young. And like I was speaking about with the technology, like you say, you slide in somebody's DM, y'all hook up. Next thing you know, she gets pregnant, and by the time she has a baby, and y'all really got a chance to spend time together, y'all realize y'all don't even like each other. And then for the next 18 years, y'all got to deal with each other.
Nah, real talk, it's more than 18.
I mean, just legally, most of them look at child support over 18. I want your life, whatever, yada yada yada.
Right, but you were forever connected.
Yeah, I'm just speaking. We were speaking about a deadbeat motherfucker.
Right, but here's the thing. Imagine a deadbeat dad, right? And your child is grown now, and now that all of a sudden, when it's a little easier to be a parent, he wants to come back into the child's life. You still got to be around for weddings and family events and things like that. You have to be around that person. People need to get away from that 18-year thing. My daughter is 20. If I had to stop dealing with her father at 18, that means currently I wouldn't be talking to him. Ever. That means he should never call my phone. No, my daughter's in Florida in college.
You never stop being a parent.
So if he wants to be a part of her life, and I'm such a big part of her life, he would have to be around me, or at least talk to me from time to time. My baby girl is graduating in July. So is he not going to come? Because if he comes, guess who's going to be there? Me. So you still have to be able to talk and converse and be around that person.
And then you're speaking from your experience. I'm speaking about this generation.
Well, but that's what I'm saying, because I want people to really get away from that 18-year.
It's a myth.
It's not true.
Yeah.
Because and then when that child gets older, right, and has their own kids,
the grandbabies,
and
now.
You got your grandbabies, right? Y'all gonna come in contact with each other.
It's not about the myth, it's about the way things are set up in the system. At 18, they once child support is over, that's what it's equated to.
But child support ain't
that's
your
what,
life.
But that's what I'm trying. Parenthood is equated with child support.
But you can pay.
This is the way that they set the fucking system
but
up.
CP3, 18. You don't.
That's not.
First of all,
child support is one thing. being around your significant other that you got to deal with, if y'all decide, because you didn't mention child support when you were sitting here talking about
because that's where 18 years come from. That's what I'm trying to get you to the point that they're
indoctrinated
in
I'm
this
talking
society.
about you saying that
so
you're having a
what they
baby with somebody you realize you don't like, and now you still got to deal with them. That's what I'm saying. You have to be more careful than what you're doing. If you don't like the person, it's not about the 18 years. It's not about the money. Because if you don't like them from jump and you realize it after you done got pregnant, you're going to have to deal with them for the rest of your life.
Not the way they see.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's not true.
But that's the point I'm making. No one is teaching them this. No one is around to instill those values in them.
That's why I'm saying it now.
Yeah, but saying it and actually doing it is two different things, and that's the problem.
But
nobody wants to get to the solution. Yeah, but they're indoctrinated in it. That in our day and age, that wasn't the way things were. But that's what I'm starting to realize, that this is like the Matrix. They're not unplugged. This is what they're used to. This is their reality. This is the Maury Povich. This is the Jerry Springer generation, where they see people talking about she slept with 17 dudes and she don't know who the daddy gonna be and yada 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 yada. And it's all about, I gotta be on child support. I gotta do this. I gotta make sure I have a job, or they're gonna take my license and I can't drive and go to the club with my boys. That's what it's equated. That's what parenthood is equated to now.
But CP3. Speaking of Maury.
Oh shit.
Maury's being canceled after 31 years.
Thank God.
Damn.
Maury,
You Are Not the Father was a good show. What the fuck are you talking about?
Maury Povich is like the.
But people forget Maury had shows that had nothing to do with who the father is beforehand.
It turned into the modern day Richard Bay.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. The modern day Richard Bay.
No, because Richard Bay was Jerry Springer before Jerry Springer was Jerry Springer.
And Maury, Jerry gone off the air. Before Jerry went off the air, people were choosing Maury over Jerry.
The fact that Maury's Bodyguard has a show says it all.
Who?
No, I mean Jerry's Bodyguard.
Yeah.
Show. That tells you how bad things are.
Because he was yelling for Steve when he was breaking up fights.
But the funny thing is though, when Maury went Ricky Lake was ratchet before Maury.
Yeah, she did get ratchet, but she didn't start. None of them started off that way. None of these because remember,
even Jerry didn't start off that way.
Right, we had a big talk show craze, right?
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, all of them started getting ratchet.
Howard Stern.
It wasn't Howard Stern. It wasn't Howard Stern.
The shock jock.
No, it wasn't Howard Stern. Jerry Springer, but even Oprah at one point was ratchet.
Well, no. Oprah started doing controversy.
Yeah.
Like that was her thing. She wanted controversy.
Geraldo was ratchet.
Yeah, he got ratchet.
But he started with controversy and he went straight to ratchet.
And Jenny Jones, when her stuff started having too much drama, she was out.
Yeah.
Her stuff got real.
So, but they're after 31 years, he's been on because at first it was the Maury Povich shows, then it just became Maury. And I remember when he was on A Current Affair.
Even Connie Chung left that nigga, didn't she?
No.
Are they still together?
Damn, why you want him to get left by Connie Chung?
I only wanted to fuck Connie Chung. I don't know.
Wow.
Damn, that was random.
But Jerry home team, I said Jerry. No, Maury is home team. I like him.
I ain't like Maury because sometimes he set niggas up.
He set everybody up.
Yeah, but sometimes it was blatant. You can see it like a little
He
smirk
set
on his face.
if you came on the show,
yeah, I already knew.
Maury was toying with all of them.
Hey,
Real
baby,
talk.
Can we go to Maury?
First of all,
even the women. Come on now, we knew Maury didn't believe these women, and he was like, and you know for sure. Why does he not believe you?
Look at that baby.
I can't believe it. Yeah, he does look like more you lying.
The funny thing was, Maury be like, this is Sequita. She is back for her 7th time.
And she's determined to find the father of her baby.
She should have quit at 5.
Just flip the coin and point at somebody.
And you know who the father is now, right? Don't
I mean, the fact they got
more. She don't know.
The fact that they got paternity court, that came from Moy, because Moy was, you are not the father. He was doing the paternity test for like a good 20 years before they even made a court show about it.
Court is definitely not as bad as Moy, but it is interesting.
It's $2,000 now if you the daddy.
What you mean?
It's $2,000 now. If they get a test and you the daddy, they charge you $2,000.
But them shows don't. That's
that's why they go on the shows most of the time.
So if anybody's looking for CP3 to be the father, you're not sure.
I done came up clean every time. I ain't had to spend $2,000 yet. Man.
That's a lot.
Plan B pill, baby.
Not just the $2,000, but then they gonna put you on the child support.
Hey, I'm salary.
What?
My commission check though. Like the commission check separate. I take them to make $4.69 an hour. Take me to child support.
Oh my God.
Get that $95.
I hate you. I hate you with the passion. I hate him.
What?
You know what?
My commission check separate.
I hate him with a passion.
I gotta play some music, man.
Because he don't want them to garnish his wages. He know. See, he laughs when we say these things. He know that his baby out here.
Not that I know of.
Ain't no anybody who set it up like that,
ain't no pictures.
You did that on purpose.
So you need to tell us CP3 before we go on this music break.
I ain't confirming or denying anything.
Yeah, he set it up that way so they won't.
Depending on who the mom is.
See.
She got 6 figures. That baby mine. It's my baby boss.
You know what?
He said, "Ask the baby." That big
Ask
baby.
that baby.
You're terrible. I can't stand him. Like for real. What?
D-Mac on the fucking track.
JV. Yeah. We outside. I don't need no perk to help me slide, but I'm off it. Bro, them know that Henny get him wild, but he bucked it. We ain't even have to go to trial, but we ducked it. And we ain't shooting from no mouth, now we walking. I might catch him early coming out, get the sparking. Came home, I was chillin' for a while, I was working. I ain't wanna put it back in style, but they irk me. Post away your man that we might slide where he stay. Front cause we ain't get to, we might slide back replay. Bro, them come through relay, that's a pack, be safe. Playing with a target, you gon' lay where he lay. Bro, don't get no one, these niggas know how we play. 10 shots, and I'm tweaking, I just roll me up a wood and dead ops. Team them teaks, OTs up in the hood, he bet not. We got where to meet up, understood, I'm dead now. And look, cousin like a cheetah, if he run, get run down. Yeah, he don't wanna use his brain, shoot him in his head. He ain't worthy of a cane, lay him in the bed. They don't understand, we outside, but we here. And I don't need no perk to help me slide, but I'm off. Bro, them know that Henny get him wild, but he bucked. We ain't even have to go to. Ayo, what the fuck, I'm finna trip. I just bought another Schmitty, 30 hollows in his clip. And this Remy got me litty, should've only took a sip. Tell him come get with me, plug, we not worried about no drugs, I got plenty. Mugs, see my niggas, but until we still busy. Cuz just be playing with his kill, that boy silly. Dubs on the road, dropping goals up in Philly. I just dropped 10, take him back, bitch, get with me. We outside, I don't need no perk to help me slide, but I'm off it. Run them know that Henny get him wild, but he plucked it. We ain't even have to go to trial, but we ducked it. And we ain't shooting from no mile, now we walking. I might catch him early coming out, get the sparking. Came home, I was chillin' for a while, I was working. I ain't wanna put it back in style, but they irking. But they JV, I ain't know what the fuck going on, nigga. Big T-shit, only T-shit, all day T-shit, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, heavy on it, don't let the boss, man, nigga, get up.
Double M Visions.
Hoes in they feelings cause I ran up 100 eating greedy. I'ma chase a bag till I'm rich. If he ain't spending money, then he ain't getting shit. Ha.
Young
turn bitch, all I do is get money. Hoes in they feelings cause I ran up 100 eating greedy. I'ma chase a bag till I'm rich. If he ain't spinning cheese, then he ain't getting shit. Hoes be so pressed, but they used to be fans. This loyal ass bitch throwing shade to my mans. Hoes in your face, whole time they be slimy. Screaming that they real, but they steady moving grimy. Fuck the sweet talk, man, I'm done being nice. I cut the nigga off, I ain't saying shit twice. Left the pussy nigga, now his ass wanna fight. Nigga think he hard, what your name is? I be busting down pros, bout to catch the next flight. Yo bitch in my wood, I was choking all night. Finna pull me up at 8th, I gotta grab me a Sprite. Cup real muddy, put the walk on ice. My palms stay itching like a head full of light. I keep the strap on me like I ran through dirt. I ain't never been a bitch and I ain't never got hold your baby daddy on my dick cause my knot won't fold. Won't even let him touch your pussy cause I heard he told. Back and forth to the H, ho, I stay on the road. Scoring zips to the Zop, but I'm dropping the bows. Jugging and finessing, trying to get shit sold.
Turn bitch, all I do is get money. Hoes in they feelings cause I ran up 100 eating greedy. I'ma chase the bag till I'm rich. If he ain't spilling cheese, then he ain't getting shit.
Boss ass bitch, all I do is talk business. Seen a lot of shit, but I ain't never been a witness. Nigga wanna hit the road for some pros, I ain't splitting. Chasing out in the bag and run up digits, no fitness. Wanna touch 100, bitch, you gotta have some hustle. Don't get mad when I say this, know you hoes like to tussle. That nigga that you fucking ain't getting no cheese. Got the plug on the walk and he still sipping green. What that mean? I don't know, you tell me. Spent 1,000 on his shoes, he ain't got it in his jeans, out of pocket. Bank empty, just like his wallet. That's the dick that you sit on every morning, bitch, you wild. I been getting hate from these hoes since a child. Say I'm acting funny, they ain't see me in a while. Try to call me fake, I'ma crack a smile. I'm the realest bitch around, trying to make $1 million pop. Keep a roll on me, I can never stop flexing. On your best day, bitch, I still get more attention. Niggas on my head for not responding to their message. I'm driving through the mountains, dog, I barely got reception.
Young turn bitch, all I do is get money. Hoes in they feelings cause I ran up 100 eating greedy. I'ma chase a bag till I'm rich. If he ain't spinning cheese, then he ain't getting shit.
Did you say yeah?
Yeah.
You know what?
Apparently he really likes that song.
Yeah, I see.
What is that?
What the hell are you doing, CP3?
Right.
Oh, Lord.
I thought they were trying to bring them back. I guess they decided.
I hope not.
They was trying to.
You can't redo a classic. I hate when them.
I hated Beavis and Butt. I thought it was stupid.
Oh, bruh.
No. I hated that. I hated Dario. All that shit.
I would have died, man. Beavis and man, when they some of them videos, bruh, the way bruh, you don't know what you must have watched the movie. You ain't watched the show.
I ain't watched the movie. I mean, I remember when Beavis and Butt was started on Liquid Television. It was on MTV.
Man, yeah, that's what me and my cousin used to die, man. Beavis and Butt with
something wrong with them.
It's stupid.
Man, some of the shit.
I really feel like were they? I'm not trying to throw shade, but were they born addicted? Like, was something wrong?
Young meth heads.
Trailer park trash. Man.
Yeah, but it's past that.
They were young meth heads.
No, but like if the mom is on certain types of drugs,
it's possible
when they're pregnant.
They never show their
sometimes
parents,
the children have.
But they never show the parents for real. They show the neighbors. And
the children sometimes are referred as.
I am Cornholio. I need TP for my butthole.
So it's the wrong C. I feel like
that shit was hilarious, bro.
I feel like crack cocaine may have been involved.
I was still when shit wasn't taken so seriously. But they still had comedy.
Looking back as an adult,
they get offended.
When you think of that show, if I say that the mother may have possibly been on drugs,
it was a show. First it started out as a show about them critiquing videos, and it just grew.
They were terrible.
Man, that shit was hilarious. I'm sorry. It was.
Let me ask you a question. What state of mind were you when you watched the show?
I don't think that was stretching. I wasn't even smoking when I was watching Beavis. That shit was just fun. That shit was. Man, I don't know, because I guess I went to school with some kids like that, and I could relate to it, seeing the dumb shit that they was doing.
I stand by what I said. I stand by what I said about the parents.
I went to school at PG County, but I still can't.
But I stand by what I said.
Yeah, but
looking at the time frame, they could have been They could have fallen victim.
It was just some comedy.
To the crack epidemic.
It wasn't that we thought about, well, why are they allowed to do something like this? Where are their parents at? Why aren't they responsible? It was just some funny, dumb shit to watch.
I mean, to me, it was just dumb shit. I didn't find it amusing because it was dumb.
But they weren't very intelligent. They were not very intelligent.
I mean,
we're going to score. I mean, that was the type of
and
it was 13-year-old boys trying to figure out how to get pussy and watch it.
But they were very stupid.
Yeah.
Yes, very stupid.
And they would do all types of dumb
and
shit.
They would critique the videos, and I remember when it would be like booty shaking, they'd be like,
yeah, and then like the joint Take On Me. The old school
I mean, but you got to remember, it's one of those things. One, when it came out, I'm at that age where I'm like, yo, this shit's stupid.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you a couple years.
Yeah,
I was
so,
in my middle teenage years.
I'm a hip hop head at that. So if it doesn't,
it was more rock stuff. Yeah, true.
I mean, and then also.
But no, they had some hip hop songs.
They did.
I feel like they were in love with the booty shaking.
But I didn't watch The Simpsons for a long time. Because I thought it was stupid.
Me and my dad used to watch The Simpsons. I used to watch them on the Tracy Ullman show. That's what
I remember it from the Tracy Ullman show. Yeah. But then at the same time, like their early episodes, I just thought was stupid, so I just didn't watch it.
My man was Bart. That's what
it took honestly with The Simpsons, it did take a minute for it to have a little better content, I would say.
I didn't watch it because I thought the animation sucked.
Oh, the animation sucked. Well, you remember it was in Fox's baby stages, so they didn't have the technology. So, but the shit was like Bart was my dude back in the day.
But once again, it's one of those things. As in, shit, I didn't watch Family Guy until it got canceled, and then it came on Cartoon Network.
I was watching Family Guy until I stopped watching.
And even their animation sucked at first.
Yeah, I didn't even care. It was. I guess I didn't care about.
But you like that kind of stuff.
Man, Stewie was my dude, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying like.
Oh, cruel humor, yeah.
Well, you grew up off of that. You know, you like Beavis and Butthead. You like.
I grew up off of Richard Pryor too.
Right, but what I'm saying is that animation, that wasn't really meant for kids. We experienced the cartoons that weren't kid friendly, which was not a normal thing. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, you're gonna like a Family Guy. Of course, you're gonna like maybe the Cleveland Show or American Dad and all these little shows.
Look at
that! But the fact that you've even attempted to watch it.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't get over Roger, man, the gay alien.
I mean, Stewie's gay.
Yeah, but Stewie was funny with his gay shit.
But see, here's the thing. I think Stewie for you, Stewie was a jerk. He's a jerk baby.
Like, money, man.
So I feel like that would be the reason why you like Stewie.
So you got money for mustaches and such, but you can't pay my money. That was the
that was hilarious.
That was
hilarious.
The one that got me when he was battling against broccoli, because he wouldn't let him get up from the table until he ate his broccoli. So he waged war trying to get rid of all the broccoli on the planet. I was done after that.
I always love when Peter fought the chicken.
Oh yeah,
that's how I got into Family Guy. Because somebody was like, "Yo, dude, you should watch this because your sense of humor is Family Guy." And I was just like, "What do you mean by that?"
Right.
It was just like, dude, it's a 20-minute fight with no words, and it's just Peter and a giant chicken fighting. And then I watched it, and I was like, this shit is actually 20. Like, they said like 3 words through the episode, and it just started rumbling.
And I forgot when it started all over.
Over a ticket.
Over the ticket.
But they don't even tell you that till like 5 years later. Like, they would just run. Like, I just used to watch that episode, and then they did the Star Wars episode. I was in love with the shit, because then they did the Star Wars episode. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm a geek for that shit. You know, but I also try to watch different things and stuff like that.
You wonder if he had a little pinky like a dog.
So I also watch. You know, I spend a lot of time on. Yeah.
You can't get this something else.
I know. I watched on Netflix. I watched a show called Bad Vegan. It was a documentary.
Yeah.
It was very interesting. So basically, this lady created these vegan restaurants, and she dated a dude that was a scammer, and he fucked up her life. She has to go to jail now because of shit that he was doing. Yo, this motherfucker had put on a private security dude, and no one actually knows what this dude did. No one actually knows what this dude's job was. He would tell people he was ex-military and all this other stuff, and then disappear for days, and then He put this lady in debt. He broke her. Her restaurant was in like magazines. She had investors investing hundreds of thousands. She owed 2.5 million at one point. And she was about to get out of debt, and he made her go back into debt. It's crazy.
So you get that LLC, baby.
But no, but she had investors. She was borrowing from her investors. Like the people who were working at her restaurant walked out. They had T-shirts on. They went from loving her to hating her. Like he secretly bought her restaurant from underneath her. It was like, I'm the new owner now. Under her LLC. Like he messed up her life. And then you hear the voice messages. He goes off on her. He declined this interview though.
Of course. Of course he wants to.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we all see these crazy things. It's just funny because I wound up watching some of the crazy shit on Netflix. Worst roommate ever is about roommates people who like murdered their people. Very interesting. Very dark, but it's interesting though.
So I keep my pistol in the pillow, baby.
But I find
that's not safe. That's not safe.
But I find these interesting stuff to watch. I mean, everything from Family Guy to stuff like that. Like, it's always interesting to me. So. I always watch the Boondocks though, man. That's my shit.
The first 3 seasons, after they took out Magruder, and then the show went to hell.
Yeah. I'm on page. We don't count season 4.
Rowdy, what? You was a bitch.
No, my joint is Dear Santa. You bitch ass nigga. Yo, every Christmas I post that. I post that joint. All I wanted was some ribs.
Oh man, Ronnie had it. Oh man, I missed that joint.
I got it on HBO Max. I still watch that joint. Actually, I have it on DVD too.
I got the bootleg DVD.
Of course you do.
How come everything gotta be bootleg with you, man?
Because I knew the dude that did bootleg DVDs, and he used to give them to me. So I wanted to say no.
Okay.
I refuse to break the privacy laws and the piracy rules, so you can keep these. No, that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, whatever.
That's why I got so many black porn.
You know what?
He's talking about right here.
I mean, that's where I was getting it from. He was selling porn and he was selling everything.
How did this conversation?
I don't know.
Because he wants to make everything about porn.
We're about to end the show. Anyway, CP3, what you got going on for this upcoming week?
This week we're actually taking off. We have our season 7 premiere next week, April 4th, around 9 o'clock. Starting out with Capitals, getting ready for the national season to start. Then we'll cover some Wizards and possibly talk some football because the draft is right around the corner. Like I said, stay tuned. I'm thinking this Thursday possibly. I got to coordinate with Dujanay for our pre-draft and free agency show for the Commanders. If you're in need in the market for a vehicle, come down and holler at me at Waldorf Honda 2450 Crane Highway. We got some new cars in. We got some CRVs. We got a couple of Accords. We got one Odyssey left. I think I sold 2 of those. But come on down. We got a lot of used cars, pre-owned certified. 2450 Crane Highway in Waldorf, Maryland. And check out the website, sportsothp.com for the apparel, for all of our shows archived. Like I said, starting season 7 next week. And y'all be easy. And check out the YouTube channel too, Carol Porter III. 3 eyes, not the number 3. Go subscribe and follow all the content, videos, highlights, interviews. Stay tuned. We got some things in the works. Yeah.
By the way, the Wizards just won. It makes 2 consecutive.
Putting the band on a broken leg at this point.
I'm just saying, they beat the Warriors.
Yeah. Oh, really? Wow.
Oh, see, now what you got to say?
They still in 11th place.
This is their first time having consecutive wins since January. So
it's fucking March.
Hey.
About to be April.
Hey.
That's not something you should be proud of.
Let me say this. Hey, I'm just letting the folks know.
I'm like 2 in a row since January, making $25 million a year.
Hey.
So, Lady Internet.
Give me the ball.
You got anything, Lady Antoinette? What you?
Yeah, I'm going to be going to FedEx Field for a nice, lovely meeting, and I'll come back and give you guys some info on that meeting. That'll be on Friday. It's April 1st, so I'm kind of concerned.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah, I don't want them to try to hit me with no shenanigans. But we'll see. We'll see how that's gonna be. And no, I'm not gonna have a CP3 moment.
You sure?
No, I'm not gonna go in. But I had a recent experience. I want to say to all the people with their own businesses and employers and all of that. You know, a lot of people are working from home. When it comes to getting your equipment back from your employees after they leave the company or return to work, please stick to whatever timeline you have advised and don't harass them prior to that timeline coming up, especially if the employee already has a grievance with you of some sort. So it's just a word of advice coming from the HR lady.
Ooh.
You just gotta cut something out.
Yeah, that's what'll happen if you do these things to people.
On happier thoughts. I'll see what I can do to set up a guest for next week. We take a portion of the hour of these shows, and you can find them available on Spinwax Radio. So if we're interviewing somebody, it'll be that, or if we're doing like tonight, we had the main topic, the meat and the potatoes of the show. From all the topics we discussed around about 7 o'clock. So we always chop that up and put it on the Spinwax Radio app. It plays on Thursdays from 9 to 10 o'clock. Download it on your Android or iOS system. Or log into spinwaxradio.com and, keep us tuned in, Like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube. You idiot, stop putting your shit in my, your comments and your links, but you're not sharing the show. Because they will tell you, what I did today was tamed. I've really gone off on people. I'll make you feel like Ghostface. Sometimes you'll feel like a motherless child when I'm done. No.
You know.
That's one of the in my thing. Named Zimbabwe, Aaron.
You know what?
You know how like when kids act up, you want to pop their hands.
CP3, you just go too far some days.
Right now.
I love my friend.
See,
you just go too far.
Shut your mouth. You're a horrible person. Okay.
I'm just saying, but real talk. There's networking, and then there's trying to get free publicity. I'll give you publicity, but it'll be the wrong type of stuff that you want. Like, I will just get out here and just call your name out and insult you and tell you that you don't know nothing about business. Because that's not how you operate business. If you want to network, I suggest the best place to do it, hit my inbox, share the show, and then we can talk. If you're not doing none of that, and then you're just trying to, send me your video and this, and you're putting it underneath my stuff, yeah, that's not gonna work, bro. It's not. I delete it, I hide it, and then I just call you names on the air. In that order. I want them to be recognized as being an idiot.
I did not just want a free iPhone 13. Stop putting that shit in my damn phone.
Yeah, stop doing that too. So
I got an iPhone 13. Fuck you want your bullshit.
So we out of here. Renegade.
Yeah, right. Yeah, shit, live. All on me, she all on me. She just watch me count about 100 G's. I just push that weight and move the 100 please. I just want the money, power, and the peace. All on me, it's all on me. I just touched down in LA for the week. Had to go and sex feel. Go drop a bag off. I got a tax, y'all, for hanging with rats, dog. You can never catch me frontin', I done backed off. I'm like, hey, hey, back it up with these groceries, that's my safe way. All these binges be a drug, that's my gateway. I be such a big stabber, they call now Mayday. Dispatch to them feds, bitch, you catch this KK. Every day's a payday. Open that safe, yeah. Won't do late, wait. Don't care what they say, yeah. I'm on the way. Jump back like 2 or 3. I make you fade away. I can never trust no thought. Never give her what I got. I just pulled up on the dock that I put up off the lot. You can never ruin my day. Only thing you in my way. Always acted like a boss. Every time I took a loss. All on me, she all on me. She just watch me count about 100 G's. I just push that weight and move the 100 piece. I just want the money, power, and the peace.